At the Bignald once again. It's a glorious day here. I'm Adam Harkness. I'm joined today by James Henry on co-commentary. Afternoon to you, James.
Afternoon, Adam. Great to be here.
It's a fantastic day for playing football, and looks to be a pretty decent surface at the Bignall too.
Yeah, I took a walk on it the other day and it was looking good. Obviously the bairns have been playing in the goalmouths and that and there's a bit of barren spots to it, but no, it's traditional home Orkney football and it's lovely to hate here today, I'd say.
I think so as well. There's a bit of buzz about the place. There always is with an Orkney Shetland match, of course, and none more so than today. So we're about 7 or 8 minutes away from kick-off. The Orkney team's away back into the pavilion to get their last-minute drinks and last-minute talk through from the coaching team. Shetland just doing the same. They're away back in, so we'll await their arrival on the pitch impatiently. But before that, we'll maybe give you a look through the team lineups. We're expecting to. I'm just getting a bit. Okay, we're just getting a last-minute change of numbers, but that's quite all right. From the Orkney coaching team. So Orkney, we'll start with them first of all. Cammy McConaughey in goal, of course. He makes his return to the county set-up after a couple of years away in Livingston. Dan Hurston at right back and Jack Stute at left back. Lee Rendell makes his Milne Cup bow at centre half alongside Wayne Kirkness, who's getting his 5th cap. He'll captain the side. Aidan Draver and Thorfinn Scott are expected to anchor the midfield. Thorfinn Scott wearing 6 and Aidan Draver wearing 8, which is a last minute change to the numbers there. Gregor Dowell will be on the right hand side wearing number 7. Jason Scott on the left we're expecting with Owen Young in the number 10 role, and Jamie Flett will spearhead the side, and substitutes Chris Simpson, Glenn Scott, Jack Patterson, Steve Helliwell and Liam Deldy. Just to reflect on that team for a moment, James, any initial thoughts about the Orkney lineup?
No, I think it's pretty much as expected. Jack Stute coming in, being a natural left fitter at left back, I think's probably been an important addition to the Archer Shield team, although young Louis Hancock did very well over in Caithness a couple of weeks ago there. Obviously missing a few players, but it gives opportunities to other players coming in. I think Aidan's experience in the middle of the park, along with debutant Thorfinn Scott, is going to be crucial. Centre of the park's always a crucial area, Adam. I think we've got good pace out in the wings. I think Gregor brings that pace to us, and Jason's been banging in the goals up front. If Jamie can head it up and slip it on to him, I think it could be dangerous. So no, good strong team and some excellent options off the bench, probably notably Liam Deldy. Yeah. I think if Liam could come on maybe on 60, 70 minutes, he's so creative. Yeah. He's a game changer. Liam has probably been one of the standout players for Orkney over the past 6-7 years. Absolutely,
and great to see him back in a red shirt. I brushed our Thorfinn Scott there. Of course, he's making his Milne Cup debut as well. At just 17-year-old, James. A lot of pressure on a young player, but you think he'll handle that not too bad?
He's got a good head on young shoulders, I would say. He's very composed. He reads the game really well. I'd say he's got good game awareness, uses his body really well. And I think probably one of the best players in the junior county, I would say, this year. His give and go for the goal was fantastic. So, no, Thorfinn, I think, will acquit himself well today.
And moving over to the blue half of this match, the Shetland lineup, we're expecting that to be 4-2-3-1 as well. Rory Henderson starts in goal. He is a late replacement for Eric Peterson, who sadly his family's about a bug, so he wasn't able to travel. Rory Henderson has appeared in this fixture once before, so he'll make his 2nd cap. Scalloway's Rory Henderson. Calvin Leask at right back, and sorry, I've lost my train of thought. James Farmer at left back, Lauren McNiven and Flaws in the middle. Liam Flaws, of course. Neil Lawrenson and Jack Clubb are 6 and 8. They'll be expected to anchor the midfield. Lewis Harkness is on the right hand side. We've got Finn Regan on the left hand side. Sam Maver starts up front, and James Aitken, that star of Shetland Sports, Star of Shetland Football, in the number 10 role. Substitutes Copeland, Arthur, Reagan, Simpson and Gary Scott. The multiple goal, 18 goals so far this season, Gary Scott. The Shetland lineup, James, tell me your thoughts.
Well, as you said, a last minute call up there, although Rory Henderson was in the squad, he's young keeper. I'm hearing he's doing well for Scalawa. He was at the Island Games last year, so he's got some experience. So he'll be keen to go. But obviously it's a bit of a blow for the Shetland team, losing Eric with all the experience, a former captain of course as well. I think the lineup was pretty much as expected, I would say. Liam Flaws very composed in the centre of midfield. In the centre defence, getting pit off under by Mick Davis. He's obviously been for a few already. But yeah, as we can, great threat out wide with young Finn Regan, Lewis Hartness, Tammy Williamson.
Plenty of familiar faces going by.
Yeah, I'm going to get a hard time today, Adam. But yeah, James Aiken obviously has been a game changer in many of these fixtures. Great goal scoring record. So really need to watch out for him, the Orkney boys. Sam Maver as well, strong, direct running, goal threat. I think I might have thought maybe Gary Scott would have got in. He's top scorer in Shetland, young player, very exciting. But there's strength and depth there for Shetland and good options off the bench as well, Adam.
Yeah, well, Gary Scott, 18 goals for Whitedale, he's in white hot form for Whitedale, and a real good option to have off the bench. Same Stuart Copeland, another big name for Shetland over the years, and only a fit for that, only selected for a spot on the bench.
Yeah, I was a pretty bit surprised by that. I mean, obviously there's a lot of competition for places. I wonder if Stuart's possibly maybe carrying a bit of a knock or isn't fully 100% fit, because yeah, he's been an outstanding player for Shetland over many years. Big and strong, so yeah, but I mean Liam and Lorne, I think Lorne's been having a fantastic season with Whitedale. Whitedale are up the top of the league. They've been in many a cup final, and I think Lorne's been kind of pivotal to that. So obviously there's options for Stuart possibly to come off the bench. He's big, he's good in the air. If Shetland are needing something later on in the game, I'm sure Stuart would be an option, or to shore it up at the back. Yeah,
of course. Well, we're about 3 minutes away for kick-off. Those are the lineups. Two similar systems, James. Do you think there's they think they could cancel each other out a pretty bit?
Well, I think matching up will be okay. I think Charlie will be happy enough with that from an Orkney perspective. I did wonder if Shetland would maybe go 3-5-2. They've done that before. With the wing backs getting forward and then trying to overload kind of wide areas as well. But no, I think matching up the formations will probably suit Orkney. They're going to hate to really close down the space. Yes. They're going to hate to compete. They're going to hate to bring a lot of energy to this game to compete with this Shetland side, because there's just talent everywhere you look.
Of course, we can't ignore the last two results. Shetland have been streets ahead in the last 2 years, 6-1 last year and 9-0 the year before that. So Orkney do need to do something to change their fortunes.
Yeah, I was glad actually that I declined a request to come and help with that 8-0 game, Adam, in 2022, because yeah, that was a really difficult afternoon, and it was a sad end really for Carol, because Carol had done so well. Yeah. I think Carol Adamson had done so well over many years with the Orkney squad. But yeah, Shetland have got a generation at the moment, I think, and young boys coming through, so they will be hot to handle. But I think that Orkney I'll try and match them. Here they come now. A bit of pride at stake as well. Orkney are the home team, so they need to try and be confident as the home team.
Absolutely. Well, that, as you no doubt can see and hear, is the emergence of the officials and the teams behind them. Officials today are Bruce Simpson in the middle, taking charge of his second Milne Cup as referee. He refereed the 2020 COVID game in front of no spectators, so a new experience for Bruce. He'll be ably assisted by Gavin Leask and Mike Cussiter on the line, and Liam MacArthur, our MSP here in Orkney, is the fourth official, and they're just lining up for the usual pre-match photo, and we'll be getting underway shortly. Fine to see Ken Amar back on duty with a camera in his hand, James. He had a unfortunate foul recently.
Yeah, I was just speaking to him there as I was coming in, and indomitable, I would say. Ken Hamer there limping away, but yeah, it'll take a lot more than a 20-foot wah to stop Kane, I think.
A bit of a cuddle there between Charlie Holloway and Neil Fenwick, the Shetland manager, so I'm sure that familiarity and what's the word, it'll be soon forgotten once the first whistle goes, James, and battle will commence shortly. Or to doing the pre-match handshakes, and we'll be getting underway. Thank you very much for joining us. We're on Radio Orkney and Radio Shetland on 93.7 FM, and of course BBC Sounds as well. Thanks as well to Keith Chalmers from Orkney Football, who with his very impressive setup is facilitating this live stream, so many thanks to him. Ken's just getting a photo of the Orkney team here. Liam MacArthur trots across with a ball at his feet. I suppose just before we start here, we are at the Bignald, of course, James. First time since 1998 the Bignalds hosted the inter-county. Do you think that will have a bit of a effect on the match? Sheltie boys will never have played here, of course.
No,
part of a junior.
No, absolutely. I think he's right, Adam. I mean, all the pitches in Shetland are flat. I can't really think of a pitch that's got a slope like the Bignald. But no, it's traditional home Orkney football, and I think, yeah, the Shetland boys will need to adapt to it. The Orkney boys will be more used to it, so let's hope that it's an advantage for Orkney's sake. But no, it's looking lovely. It's a nice big pitch. It's actually a bit bigger than the Gilbertson Park, believe it or not. Yeah, my sources in Quarf, who have helped me research the Shetland team and find out about the pitches as well. So the Bignall's actually a bit longer than the Gilbertson, same width. So,
well, you're a treasure trove of information, James, and good. We always do say about the big Gilbertson Park surface, so this'll suit both teams. I think I'm really hoping we see a good quality competitive game, and that'll be so key for Orkney, because we've been, I think, what was it, 5-0 doing at half time last year, and something similar the year before. So I suppose the first up for the Reds, for Orkney, is keep it tight for the first.
I agree, Adam. I agree. I think they've got to stay in the game. They've got to stay in the game. Didn't let Shetland get too far ahead, because even 1-2-0 going into the 60th, 70th minute, if they can bring Deldy on at that point, just stay in the game, be compact, keep it tight, as you says, and compete for every bar, close that space down Dinnigy, Shetland and Milne at the bar.
I don't know much who actually won the toss there, but the two sides are changing sides. Orkney will be going down the Bignall slope in the first half. The wind, it's blowing across the pitch more so than anything, is it? So Orkney going down the hill. One thing I was interested in, Gary Fubusar, Vice President of the OFA, was showing me the Milne Cup coin, specially commissioned for the 2018 game, the 100th edition. A special coin that Bruce Simpson would have been flipping there for the two teams, allegedly worth about £1,500, James, but we'll hopefully get it back off Bruce later on. So Shetland are set to kick off here, and they'll go up towards the main road. Orkney going down the hill towards Pabdale, and we're off in the 106th Milne Cup, and Shetland getting the first couple of touches, rattled against Gregor Dowell, but straight back into Shetland hands. Keeper gets an early touch on the ball, but a not very nice ball into centre field. Jamie Flett chasing it down, but a nervy moment there from the goalkeeper. He was asking a lot of his from his central midfield there. Yeah,
he was. I think when you're shooting up the park at the Bignald, when you're passing around the back, you can feel the slope against you as well. And yeah, that was a poor touch there.
I suppose if you're no wint with that kind of early goal kick for Shetland here, he'll get a chance. Rory Henderson in goal to put his feet through it now, possibly. Yeah, if you're no wint with a slope, and you might have been advised just to maybe put his feet through it there for the first one and clear his lines. Anyway, no harm done from a Shetland point of view, and they go short. It's out to number 5, who is Liam Flaws, who emerges forward with the ball. Liam, long ball towards Leask. No, that's not Leask.
Finn Regan, is it?
Finn Regan on the left hand side. Leask's the left back, number 3. He takes a throw in now into McNiven. McNiven looks for Aitken, gets it straight back. Aitken just prowling in his usual space, looking for pockets in between lines. A nice turn by the striker Maver, but he was offside when he received the ball. Gavin Leask flagging the first offside of the match. McConaughey in the Orkney goals will take it from the edge of his 18-yard box. So If you're just joining us, I'll maybe run you through the lineups again. It's McConaughey in goal for Orkney. Hoorston and Stute are the fullbacks. Cartness, Rendell are the centre halves. Draver and Scott in the middle of the park. Jamie Flett up front. Owen Young, Jason Scott and Gregor Dowell, the three behind Flett. For Shetland, Henderson in goals. Flaws and McNiven are the centre halves. Just come back to the lineup in a minute. Jason Scott goes inside his brother Thorfinn. Owen Young looking for a bit of an aimless ball. I think he was looking for Scott to make the run there, but Scott hadn't read the ball, and it trickles harmlessly through to Henderson in goals. So that's Shetland lineup. Henderson, Leask and Farmer are the fullbacks. McNiven and Flaws centre halves. Lawrence and the club in the middle. Aitken ahead of them. Harkness and Reagan are your wide players, and Maver up front. We are 2-3 minutes into the 106th Milne Cup. Neither side really got going yet. Jack Stute with an early chance to get his feet on the ball. Charlie Allway already barking orders on the left on the touchline there. But a cagey start for both sides, James.
Yeah, I think Orkney are allowing Shetland to have the bar. Certainly in their own half, and then applying the pressure when the bar's coming into their half. Good press there, Fade and Drever, and a nice ball inside for Thorfinn, Toe and Young, but it broke down. I think it came onto Owen's right hand side. He would have probably preferred it on his left. He might have even taken a shot for distance there, but fairly even start. Shetland more on the bar.
How important do you think Aidan Drever will be today?
Very, very important. Not only has he got the experience. He can be probably one of Orkney's best players on his day. I've seen him in the quarter-final of the Parish Cup for Southrondsea, and he was just outstanding. He was everywhere in that game, so if you can replicate that today, that drive, energy and determination, jump in a bit there, unfortunately.
Bruce Simpson played a bit of an advantage there, I think. So Shetland making their way towards the edge of the Orkney box, but Dan Hoorston hounding the ball.
Orkney a bit deep here.
Yeah. It'll go out for the first corner of the match. Wayne Cartness making sure, safety first, he nods it out for a corner. So Shetland having probably the better of this first 5 minutes or so. They've got a corner now on the near side as we're standing on the pavilion side of the Bignell Park. I didn't watch the number. You can tuck in that there, James.
Let's see.
Nice corner, looks good. Cleared off the line. Mm-hmm. A let off there for Orkney. I didn't quite catch who the header was, but Shetland rose highest at the back post. It's cleared off the line by a red shirt. Leask working back there to Harkness working back there to prevent any further. Oh, a nice throw. Jason Scott in on the left hand channel. He's reached the byline, chips it up towards Gregor Dowell. But I think Dowell does keep it in. Gregor Dowell starting on the right hand side. Gives it to Owen Young. Owen Young. It will go out for a Shetland Orkney corner. Yeah. Came off a Shetland shirt last. And Orkney got a chance to get the ball in the box. Probably send Wayne Cartness forward here.
A good movement for Jason Scott in the left there and put a good ball in. And just went a bit too far, but Gregor kept it alive there and managed to win the corner. It all
came for a quick throw as well, in that left-hand side channel, you know. So Orkney take the corner here. Swung in left-footed towards. It's always disappointing when you can't make use of a set piece like that, James.
Yeah, no, that's a bit frustrating. I think set pieces will be key today for Orkney, and they need to be better than Jan.
So Shetland come out with the ball. McNiven looks long for Aitken. A nice ball. I'm not quite sure where the right back is posted, missing, but no flag. Orkney looking for an offside flag, but nothing doing. Cammy gets a fist on the cross, clears his lines. Shetland, another ball into the box, looking for 11. Reagan in the penalty spot area, but trickles out for a Orkney goal kick. But Orkney will be pleased enough with their start, I think, James. It's.
I think so. We're just kind of 7 or 8 minutes into the game, and yeah, it's been relatively even. I think Shetland maybe had more of the possession, but no clear-cut chances yet. Really.
Harkness looks for Scott. Jason Scott on his left hand side. Thorfinn Scott emerges with the ball. Number 6, Thorfinn Scott. Poor touch, and it's cleared by Leask, the right back. But both sides looking direct in that first few minutes here, James.
Yeah, I think they're kind of trying to.
Stute. Is he going to get the ball back? He does. Stute with the green boots on looks inside, but a poor pass straight to a blue shirt. Harkness new, right hand side. Shetland working in their triangles. Back and direct again, looking for that left hand side. I'm not sure if that's a tactic or just something they're doing early, but they're certainly concentrating on Orkney's right back area at the moment. No harm done that time. Thorfinn Scott, apologies, robbed the possession. Harkness moves inside, rides a tackle, but Thorfinn Scott gets back to rob possession back, and Cammy McConaughey gets his gloves on it. But a flash inspiration there for Harkness.
Yeah, Harkness, a talented player. He's had his injuries over the past few years, but yeah, very creative player. Need to be watched.
And fine to see Conor Regan getting another cap. They touched on in Radio Shetland when Neil Fenwick was interviewed. 4 caps, and probably been a lot more for Conor Regan if it hadn't been for injury.
Yeah, great player, Conor. It's actually his cousin Finn that's playing today as well in the squad there. It's good to see him back. Very, very promising player, and he's been prominent for Lerwick Celtic in the rise to the top of the league this season.
We mentioned in the build-up there, both sides missing some key players for the Blues. For Shetland, Brandon Mackay working today. Eric Peterson was spoke about, and Ronan Grant in Australia. So your 2 starting centre midfielders from last year missing for Shetland. So that'll make a difference.
Definitely, and not forgetting John Allen that was so prominent in the 2022 result, and got signed by Peter Hyde, and then is now at Turriff in the Highland League. But no, it gives opportunities to other players though. And it's very competitive for Plisses and county teams. So I think they've got strong players coming in. Shetland, but yeah, Brandon and Ronan have been different class really, and Spurs' rise as well.
Of course, Shetland don't have a monopoly on Highland League players. Of course, there's 3 at Wick Academy that would probably have been starting for Orkney today. We've got George Ewing, young George Ewing, a player you ken well for Ham. We've got Owen Rendell as well, and Callan Jesseman as well. So that would have been 3 in a red shirt that might have, but they are on Wick Academy duty today. Toby McLeod in front of us, went by short ago. He's injured and possibly out for the season. Jimmy Craigie, another injury for Strumness, and is it looked like it might be a hand there, but this is a bit pinball at the back, but Bruce sees nothing in that. I thought it might have been a foul, but nothing given. It's in the Orkney box here. Aitken, the last place you want Aitken to be is on the ball in the Orkney box. He gives it back to his left back, cross in the box, but straight at McConaughey. So both sides missing key men, but as you say, James, opportunities and able deputies for others.
Yeah, I think Charlie's probably had more absentees maybe to deal with. Obviously, it would have been lovely to have seen George Ewan playing today. He's just burst onto the scene and been impressive, but obviously picked up by Wick Academy. Toby will be a big miss. I think other boys as well, like the Fubister brothers, Jay and Aidan. Jay would have made a big difference today. I heard he was very, very good in the first 25 minutes against Wick Academy a few weeks ago, and had to come off struggling with that injury. So
I think this game maybe just came a few days too early for him. I
think
really
so.
Hoping to be involved, but you can't help injuries. It's part of football, of course, and we go with the team we've got. Great to see. We spoke about him before, but Thorfinn Scott, 17-year-old, and what a stage to showcase your talent. He was, of course, played in this fixture at junior level in the summer there. Nice ball for Jamie Flett. He is all by himself. He emerges emerges with the bat. Will he get a shot away? He does! Oh, good save by Rory Henderson, but great to see Jamie Flett getting a shot away there.
Yeah, he did really well there, Jamie. You know, he's strong, he held it up and he managed to cut inside and get a right foot drive off. Yeah, and that'll help Rory and Henderson in the Shetland goal to get an early save. It'll help settle any nerves that he might have as a debutant. Lee
Rendell, another debutant there, clearing the ball, and part of a very talented, very young East United team, James, and great to see that East United players emerging through into the county setup.
Yeah, Lee's development over the past few years has been brilliant. He's a great boy. When I was coaching East United, you know, I made him captain at the age of 19, and that just kind of showed you the kind of boy he was, the kind of leader he was. You know, leads by example. He's a good defender. He doesn't dive in, stays on his feet. So yeah, well deserved for Lee. He'll maybe even get a goal, pop up and score a goal like his father Ivan used to.
Yes, plenty of second or third or plenty of multiple generations in Lee Rendell, a talented player, no doubt. You're saying, James, of course, you can your face and voice Will Kent about pitches in unfortunate throw there for Orkney. Your Will Kent and football pitches all in Orkney and in Shetland. And I suppose you'll ken a lot of these Shetland players' fathers and grandfathers in some
yeah, this is right. When you asked me today, I said, well, I ken their fathers, but I'll need to find out a bit more about them. But I've got my sources, and a couple of Quarf, mine, Russell Gare and Magnus Martinson, helping me out with a lot of background information there. So many thanks to them. But yeah, it's difficult being a Shetlander watching a Milne Cup game in Orkney, but 20 odd years here, Adam. So I've got a lot of affinity for the Orkney boys as well.
Of course, yeah, you can't lose if Shetland win. You're a native Shetlander, and if Orkney win, oh well, it's my adopted homeland now.
Yeah, no, that's right. You know, I'm just hoping for a competitive game. It's been so far. I'd just like Orkney to perform well and really push this Shetland team. That's what I'm looking for today, and yeah, I think I'll be happy either way the score goes, to be honest.
Well, push Shetland they have in this first 10 minutes. It's been pretty even. Jamie Flett probably with the first the best chance so far in the match. Shetland had that one chance cleared off the line as well. So certainly even so far. Good to see from an Orkney point of view, given the two humbling results in the last two editions of the Milne Cup. But this is a new game, a new squad, just 5. Obviously last year with the postponement due to fog in July, it was a funny weekend in September that maybe affected who was available, who wasn't. But just 5 players from the one Orkney squad to the next Milne Cup one, and that kind of shows the talent we've got here in Orkney, but also a bit of turnover personnel as well, James.
Yeah, I think Charlie's always been good at taking in young players and giving boys their chance. It's very frustrating for him because there's been a big turnover, not only in the summer team but also for the OFC team. You need a lot of players, you need a big squad, you need a lot of depth. But you know, there's some hungry young players coming through, quite a few East United boys, as you were saying. And I think you get that enthusiasm of young players coming in, and their energy and their hunger, and along with some experienced players like Aidan Drever and Wayne Curtness.
A slice clearance there by James Farmer, so that results in an Orkney corner. His opposite number 3, Jack Stute, is taking it left-handed. Let's see if he has more success this time. Goes out to the edge of the box looking for Aidan Drever, but he doesn't quite get his chance, and foul there by Gregor Dowell, and Orkney's corner comes to nothing. Jamie Fletcher makes sure they're not tacking it short. It goes out to Harkness on this right hand side. His right back is ahead of him. His right back Leask is ahead of him. Aidan Drever combative in the midfield as ever. Maver looks for his right back, but Jason Scott uses his impressive physique to muscle Leask off the ball. Jason Scott been quiet so far, James, but he'll be feeling his way into the game, and again a first Milne Cup appearance for him as well.
Yeah, it was good cover there for Jason, following his man. He put a good ball into the box earlier on, but yeah, do we get him the ball in better positions in the pitch for him to be more effective?
Of course, more or better count in the games I've seen in ref. It's maybe a traditional number 9 for East United, but well capable of playing out here on the left hand side.
Oh yeah, he's got a wando of left foot, Jason, and yeah, he's been playing up front a lot more, but I think he can be effective out in the wing as well. He's played there many times, but as I say, we just need to try and get him the bar. A lot, we need to get him the bar in the right positions to be able to maybe take his man on and create something.
Some of the hockey lasses arriving after their epic. I think Shetland won it on penalty strokes in the end, James. So a win for Orkney in the veterans fixture, and then Shetland win the Lady Hamilton Cup. So 2 in a row for Shetland. It must have been very tight. Obviously, we've been up here getting set up. Here is some of that hockey lasses. So well done to them on their victory in the Lady Hamilton Cup.
Yeah, no, I ken some of your lasses from childhood growing up in Lerwick, so yeah, they're very enthusiastic. My sister was a junior county captain and played hockey, played badminton, played netball, so no, well done to Shetland winning the hockey today. I think I'm right in saying that Orkney's probably had a dominance in the hockey over the years,
yeah.
So there's maybe a bit of a turn happening there. So down to the Orkney boys here now to maybe restore a bit of pride for the senior intercounty.
Well, we would love to see that, certainly from an Orkney point of view. A 41st Milne Cup victory for Orkney would be much appreciated. Shetland sitting on 60 Milne Cup wins, Orkney on 40 and 5 draws so far in the long history of this fixture. 0-0 with 0-0, and we're just approaching the first kind of 20 minute or so, first quarter of the game nearly done. Orkney will be very pleased with their afternoon's work so far. A really healthy crowd here at the Bignell, both sides of the pitch lined with folk and a few vehicles parked on the far side. Somebody's got the right idea there, James. They've got the camper van up. I wonder if there's maybe a few beverages happening as well at the side of the pitch, you know. But a super day for football, and the crowd has turned out in decent numbers. A wee bit of a nibble at Jack Stute there, but he's no worried. Jack Stute, left hand. Oh, we're getting a sub here. James Aitken coming. No, he's just wetting some water. Sam Maver comes off, and Gary Scott, the 18-goal Gary Scott, comes on. You're presuming must be a knock.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. I was looking at Maver. I mean, he's a big, strong, threatening player for Shetland. Yeah, I think he must have picked up a knock. I didn't see what happened.
But whether he's been carrying it coming into the match or whether he's picked it up over the course of this first 19 minutes, I don't know. But Gary Scott does indeed get his chance in the Milne Cup. He's been banging them in for fun in the league and the cup up in Shetland, and he gets his first Milne Cup experience. Owen Young, Hounds doing the least the right back and manages to gain an Orkney throw. Jack Stute looks for Jamie Flett. Jamie Flett can't bring it under control, and it will be a Shetland throw deep in their territory. Shetland going up the slope here, of course, in the first half. So in terms of this slope, James, I mean, you've played in football in Orkney for many years. Do you think does playing up the slope in the second half, is that a disadvantage for Orkney?
I always prefer to play up the slope. I always thought you had more control. I think better teams maybe do better going up the slope. That's just my own personal opinion. But when you're tired later in the game, it can sometimes be an advantage to just get down the slope and just play it longer, give it and play for territory. So, yeah, I think it depends. We've got two good teams here. As I said, the Orkney boys are used to the Bignell. It'd be interesting just to see how Shetland handle going down the slope in terms of just accuracy of passing. Yeah.
Wayne Kirkness, Orkney captain, goes long looking for Jason Scott on this left hand side. Jason Scott controls it, lovely control, inside to Owen Young, gives it to Jamie Flett. He gets a shot away, but straight at Rory Henderson. A lovely little bit of play there from Orkney, stemming from a direct ball for Wayne Kirkness, but Jason Scott showing what he can do on the left hand side.
Yeah, that's just what I was speaking about before, getting to Jason in that final third so he can take on his man, and lovely ball inside, and good effort for Jamie. He'll be a bit disappointed
A long ball, looking for Aitken, but he's muzzled off the ball by Wayne Cartness. But that direct ball's looking dangerous. Orkney, they've gotten a couple of offsides in their favour, but they need to watch that line. James Aitken now, looking for his right winger Hartness. Hartness goes past Stute, but Aidan Draver, defensive midfielder, tidies things up, making the most of his role there. Leask, the right back, up the Orkney end of the pitch for the throw. Looks for Gary Scott. Gary Scott gets a first touch of the ball here. Gary Scott, but well marshalled by the Orkney defence. Owen Young, he's had a couple of nice touches so far. Looks for Dowell on the right hand side. Dowell looks for Danny Horston, making an overlapping run, but it'll go out for a Shetland by kick. Gregor getting a first he's been quiet so far as well on that right hand side, maybe to the natural result of maybe looking for Jason, the more physical player on this right hand side. Jamie Flett looks for Gregor Dowell now. Gregor crosses out for a Shetland corner, out for an Orkney corner. A nice cross, but ably dealt with by the Shetland defence. But Gregor getting a bit more involved. Fine to see.
Yeah, he's got pace, Gregor. I like his running lines as well. I think if we can just get better bars into him from an Orkney perspective, then he can certainly be dangerous, as he's just shown.
Here's the Orkney corner. Stute again. That looks like a nice delivery, but headed clear by the Shetland centre half. Stute again. Looks for it's going to go in! It's going to go in! It does! Jack Stute gets the shot away from the edge of the box, spelled by Henderson in the goal, and it squirms through. Flett making sure it went over the line, but that'll go down as a Jack Stute goal. 1-0 Orkney, James.
Yeah, no, well played, Jack. He followed in his corner and he cut inside onto that left foot, and I think it just bounced in front of the keeper, and I think that maybe put him off a bit, and it just popped up, and he wasn't able to prevent it from going over the line. 1-0
Orkney here in the Milne Cup. So Orkney take the lead 24 minutes in. So Shetland didn't have this in their script. Liam Flaws was the man that cleared that corner, went straight back to Stute, and Stute taking a touch and just got the shot away. And you take your luck in those situations, and as you say, maybe a bit of a bobble. That goalmouth there that Henderson and McConaughey are dealing with are not the smoothest part of this pitch by any stretch of the imagination, James. So whether it bobbled, whether it didn't, I don't know. But it's 1-0 Orkney with that goal from left back Jack Stute. Shetland new in the box. Looks deep towards Hartness, but it goes out. So what encouragement Orkney can take from that, James. They've not quite weathered the storm. Shetland maybe had the slight better of the first 15 minutes or so, but Orkney have more than matched them and gone ahead. Probably, maybe whether they're worth the lead or not, I'm not sure, but they'll certainly take it.
Yeah, I think Orkney have worked their way into the game.
Absolutely.
You can see the confidence is growing.
Jamie Flett knows it on for Jason Scott, but Henderson's out to the edge of the box. And that's what Jamie Flett's all about up front, nodding things on, holding the ball up, James.
Yeah, no, Orkney boys are working hard as well. Like we said at the start of the game, they would have to really put in a shift and match Shetland in terms of the physicality and the athleticism. Well done,
Thorfinn Scott, well done. Emerges with the ball, drives forward, looks for Owen Young. Owen Young takes it off, but maybe it's a bit hesitant between the pair of them there. Dan Hoorson, right back, looks for Gregor Dowell ahead of him. Thorfinn Scott now. Thorfinn doing well in midfield. Aidan Draver can't quite gather, so it goes to Gary Scott. That's Lawrenson. Looks for Hartness now. Hartness goes inside. Cleared by Stute. Just a bit of hesitation between Stute and Hartness there, but no harm done. Aidan Draver gets the ball, tidies it up, looks long for Flett. I suppose the thing with Orkney, they don't need to get sucked into going direct like that. Jamie Flett, late tackle there, ball was gone.
That's okay, yeah. I mean, what was happening there was players were getting too close to one another and trying to pass the ball and almost getting in each other's way. So we need to be careful that we don't drop too deep and get too close to one another. The same happened with Thorfinn and Owen over on the right hand side as Orkney are shooting down the Bignald. Yeah, we need that kind of 15-20 yards pass, no a 5-yard pass.
Jamie Flett, that late tackle is going to be punished by referee Bruce Simpson. He's going to get a yellow card. I thought he might have let him off a warning there, but it was late, no doubt about that. The ball was going.
Yeah.
So Jamie Flett, Orkney striker, is the first name in the book. The free kick on just on the corner of the box will be taken by keeper Rory Henderson. He goes long. Aidan Draver, powerful header, straight back to Henderson. I suppose for Flett, no, he just has to be a bit more careful with going into challenges. No, that yellow card does sometimes change a game.
Yeah, it can do. I think Jamie's experienced enough that he'll manage that. But yeah, he's got to be careful.
Dowell looks for Flett. Gives it back to Dowell. Dowell inside to Thorfinn Scott, but it's going to go all the way through to Owen Young. Owen Young back to Thorfinn. He looks for Hoorston, making an overlapping run. Is he going to get there? He does not. Nice idea by Thorfinn Scott there, but just not quite run out of pitch.
Yeah, sometimes when you're going down the slope, it can happen as well. You can overhit passes, but it was a great idea and strong running for Dan Hoorston. I've always really liked Daniel as a player. It's just a great work ethic. Gets up and down that flank, and
he's looking for a free bike tour or what? Dan Hoorston, of course, representing Pappy.
Yes, I was about to say that. It's good. Neil Lawrenson's an Unstman in the Shetland team as well, so a name check there. Good ball.
Jason Scott looking for the ball, but Leask is having his hands full with Jason Scott on that left-hand side. He's just having to make safety first there. Jack Stout comes forward to take this throw deep in Shetland territory. Gregor Dowell can't bring it under control. It'll be cleared by Shetland. Hoorston into Draver. Draver having a good game so far, doing some of the dirty work, James.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Aidan. I'm very positive for Orkney as well, that he's having such a good game. He's getting around the pitch, he's reading it, he's winning the ball, he's closing in the space, and yeah, I think he's got the bit between his teeth today, Aidan.
So as we approach the half-an-hour mark, it's Orkney 1, Shetland 0 here at Bignell Park in Kirkwall. Jack Stout takes the throw, looks for Flett, flicks it on. Thorfinn Scott challenges, does well. Wayne Cartness will put it back where it came from, he does. Jack Scott brings it under control, but Gary Scott just nicks it off his toes. Jack Stout looking for cover at left back, he's out of position here. There's Regan coming in off the right hand side. Finn Regan, great goal for Shetland. What a finish from Finn Regan there, James. That was absolutely wonderful. A moment of inspiration.
Yeah, it's difficult to define that. It's just pure quality for Finn Regan. You know, he's got that in his locker. He was obviously at St Johnstone as a teenager and just fantastic footballer. And yeah, I don't think Orkney could really do that much about that. It was just a touch of class.
It was. He moved in off the left hand side and curled it into the top corner with his right foot. Cammy McConaughey had no chance. As soon as it left his boot, you thought that's in, James. Yeah. And one each on the half-an-hour mark here. Shetland equalising through Finn Regan. I suppose they are. Jack Stout just couldn't quite bring it under control. Gary Scott nicks off his toes, but it's all about Regan from then on. That's is Bruce going to whistle? He does not. Cartness can only clear.
Yeah, I think transitions is obviously very important in a football game. You know, so when you lose it and you're maybe out of position, and that's what happened there. But the strike, the quality of the strike, I think
fit for any game.
Yeah.
James,
absolutely.
As you say, an illustration of the class that Regan has. It didn't have to quite work for him at South, but he's Shetlander get his talents new. Into the box from Leask. Out to Scott on the edge of the box. Will he get a shot away? He turns, twists and turns. He just runs out of room and it's cleared by Orkney. Orkney, weathering the storm, a pretty bit new. Flett back to Stute. Stute goes long, looking for Owen Young, who can't keep it in. He's just right on the touchline, and Leask will get the chance to take another throw.
Lovely feet there for Gary Scott, wasn't it? Yeah, you can tell he's a very classy player as well. Young lad.
Certainly a different dimension up front from Maver. As you say, Maver is a big, strong, physical lad, and Gary Scott a bit less tame, but as you say, tricky feet, and something that, as legs start to tire, Lee Rendell and Wayne Carkness and the rest of the defence will have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, they'll need to be careful not to jump in, try and stay on their feet and jockey him.
Lawrenson looks for that man Scott. Scott lays it off to Harkness, but not quite there. Fine to hear somebody that sounds a bit like Harkness in the Shetland team. It's about as close as I'm going to get to a county cap, I think, James.
I think so, yeah. Harkness. Yeah, I don't know if there's any link there going far enough back.
I think if you went back far enough, you would find it. But anyway, on we go with the 106th Milne Cup here. Jack Stute with the throw.
One of the things that's encouraging here, Adam, is how Orkney are competing in the middle of the park. I think Thorfinn Scott and Aidan Drever are, more than holding their own in there against the Shetland pair. So as I said before, the centre of the park really important in any football match.
They're keeping James Aitken quiet so far, certainly.
Yeah. Could be a commentator's curse with that one, though, Adam. Be careful.
Another lovely tackle by Aidan. Owen Young drives the tackle. Will he get a shot away? He does, but it is going to go out for a corner. Henderson spill again, unfortunately, from his point of view, but he made it safe. And Owen Young, you felt maybe didn't quite catch the shot. We've got a red player, a red shirt doing in the centre circle here. Can't quite see who that is. I think it's Wayne. No, it's not Wayne. He's trotting forward. It's Aidan Drever. Gotten a blow in the course of the match. Hopefully he's up to his knees. Hopefully he'll be okay. You certainly wouldn't want to be losing Aidan Drever at this stage after the first half he's had.
No, I didn't see what happened. It must have been maybe a collision off the bar. But in terms of the play, again, good play for Orkney. Owen looking threatening, just in that number 10 position, and got his shot off. I think maybe the Shetland keeper, his confidence might have been affected a bit by that first goal, Adam, because he should have probably gathered that in. It wasn't the best of shots, no, and it got deflected, and I think he'll be disappointed that he didn't have had on to that bar. So I think if Orkney can get a good cross in on top of the keeper here, it might well prove fruitful for them.
So Aidan Rivers back on his feet, he trots forward for the corner. It'll be taken again by Jack Stute, all on that left hand side. Doesn't beat the first man, disappointing, but it comes back out to him. Can he get another shot away? No, he gives it back to Hoorston, another fullback. Hoorston gets it in the box, but not quite clear yet by a Shetland. Look at Jason Scott now. Can he get a shot away? On the edge of the D. Just straight into a Shetland shirt. It wasn't much room to work with there. Jason Scott comes out to the left hand side. Here we go. Gary Scott. No, that is Finn Regan on the right hand side now. Finn Regan turns inside, looks towards the edge of the box, but it'll be cleared by Owen Young. Young towards Flett. Flett nods it on, looking for Dowell. Dowell looks to have the pace of our Farmer on that left hand side, I think, that right hand side. But Farmer uses all his experience and tidies things up.
Yeah, James is a very experienced player, obviously the captain for Shetland this year. Really solid, but.
Harkness up against Stute. Stute emerges with the ball. Well done to Stute. But he can't clear his lines. Shetland looking threatening. Here's Leask. Drives into that room. Will he get a shot away? He does, but wide that post. Shot away on the left hand side, but the space opened up for him there, James, and well within his rights to take a shot.
Yeah, no, Calvin, obviously, he's a Lerwick Thistle man and a hero of mine. Been a one club man. During fallow years for Lerwick Thistle, unfortunately, but no, he's a tremendous player, Calvin. He's got a lot of Milne Cup caps and he's good for a goal. Did well there, driving into the box, left foot shot, just wide. His
11th cap today, indeed, Calvin Leask, and he's Lerwick Thistle, not exactly fallow years when you were there, James.
No, I was very fortunate to play during the 90s when I think we won about 7 or 8 leagues during that time, many a cup, and it was just a fantastic generation that came through at that time. Jim Tate was the manager. I see Jim here today, so it's good to see him. But no, great times, great memories, and you were playing with a lot of your friends at that time. But it's been difficult since, especially since Lerwick Spurs have had some excellent teams and victories over the past 10 years or so.
So we're just coming up towards half-time in this Milne Cup clash. 1 each as it stands at the moment. Thank you very much for joining us on Radio Orkney. Shetland on the edge of Orkney's box here. Leask, the man we're just talking about, hits the byline, but he can't keep it in, and it'll be a Orkney by kick. McConaughey had very little to do other than did concede a goal, but I don't think there's many goalkeepers in world football would have stopped that one from Finn Regan. So Kevin McConaughey not had much opportunity to get his shorts dirty yet. He takes the goal kick.
Just from a defensive point of view, Jason Scott maybe needs to watch Calvin Leask. He's just been coming into the game this past few minutes. He could be a dangerous player.
Bit of communication mishap there. I think Jason Scott was expecting the ball to come to him there, and Aidan Draver rose highest. So just a lack of talking. And as you say, Jason Scott maybe certainly not the most defensive of wingers in the world, James. So something to watch, because as you say, Calvin's certainly no frightened bursting forward and hitting the Orkney byline.
Yeah, it can be a bit of difficulty with this shape. We're 4-2-3-1 because sometimes if you're playing wide as part of the three, you're maybe more as a winger rather than as a wide midfielder. So sometimes they don't always track back. That's good play.
Decent spell of play from Orkney, gets it into the box but cleared by Shetland. A dangerous moment here. Aidan Draver lets the man pass him by. I think he would have taken the foul if he could have gotten near him, but he passed him by. That's Regan. Into the box, tackled by Lee Rendell. Well done, Lee Rendell. He had to make that challenge there because that was a dangerous situation we were in.
Yeah, well done, Lee. Finn Regan's coming more and more into the game, isn't he? He's very, very threatening. Thorfinn did well just to stand him up a bit, and then Lee made the tackle. But again, the transitions, Orkney just a bit out of position.
Forward,
just a bit out of position.
Shetland corner. James Aitken takes. Lovely looking ball right on top of McConaughey. And Gary Scott can't get the shot away. Saved by McConaughey. It's a pinball in the box. An absolute scramble. No. I have no idea what was going on there, James.
That was a stramash.
A classic stramash, that's for sure. But they did get a shot away, the Blues, and it was cleared in a fashion, and the score line remains 1 each. That was proper pinball stuff in the box, but it remains even as we creep towards half time. It's another Shetland corner to be taken by Harkness here on the right hand side. Can't beat the first man. Orkney with everybody back, they'll come back under pressure. Lawrenson looks for his right winger Harkness, but no harm done from Orkney point of view. It's all the way back to Henderson with 5 minutes left in this first half. The long ball straight to McConaughey. Cameron McConaughey, of course, a Strumness player, a very experienced goalkeeper, now missing out on the Saturday afternoon of shopping week to be here playing for his county. So fine to see.
It's dedication for you. No, Cammy's a very confident goalkeeper. Obviously, Liam Valentine was man of the match in that famous win in 21 up at Seafield in Shetland. But Cammy and Liam, I guess, have been vying for that number one position in Orkney for a number of years now, but yeah, he's excellent with the ball at his feet. Cammy did well there to stop that for going in the back of the net.
That he did. He'll be pleased with this afternoon's work so far. He'll look for the ball now from his right back Horston. No urge. Shetland happy to let him have it. He goes long, looking for Flett. It's the beauty of having a physical striker like Jimmy Flett is you can do that. You can go long, look for that long ball.
Well done, Aidan,
both
again.
sides will be happy, content enough to go in even at half time. James, it's been a very even first half. Both sides having spells where they've been on top, but I think one each is probably a fair reflection of that so far.
Yeah, I think so. I was just commenting there about Aidan again closing down James Aiken, which he's been doing very effectively. But yeah, I think pretty even. I think 1-1 is fair. Orkney just need to see out the half here.
Lawrenson looks for Harkness. Harkness does get there and does well to get the corner. Oh no, I had crept out before Harkness managed to get there. So Gavin Leask, the linesman, keeping a close eye on play there, and flags for the goal kick, not the corner as we thought. We're creeping towards half time here. A glorious sunny afternoon at the Bignell Park. Gregor Dowell on the right hand side for Orkney. Close attention being paid by Reagan. Foul.
Yeah,
Just
well done
pushed
there,
him over
Gregor.
there.
Just
So-
got in front of him and just invited him to commit the foul.
Oh, bad spot. Oh, I thought they were going to go long, but we are looking for Owen Young on his right hand side. He finds Scott in the box. The shot from Scott is blocked by Shetland. Thorfinn Scott has Jason's brother, of course. Looks for his left back. And that's Jason Scott doing defensive work. Stute does well. Looks for his left winger, Scott. Aidan Draver, a miscued pass, but it gets the red shirt, so no complaints there. Owen Young turns inside, does well. Is he going to get a shot away? He gets a big up and under ball, looking for Flett, but not quite the desired outcome. But Owen Young having a positive impact on the game and a decent first half.
Yeah, I think that number 10 role is really suited for Owen.
Yes.
He just picks up lovely positions. He always wants to try and bring it onto his left foot, wherever possible. He'll be a bit disappointed with the final bar there.
A bit of wrestling, Aitken against Draver in a bit of a Royal Rumble there, but a foul by Aitken. So Orkney will get a chance to launch it forward. Stute over the ball. He's aiming long, goes towards Flett again. Flett, as McNiven gets the better of Flett. That's I hear the assistant referee's timing beep, so we are into injury time. Won't be too much to add on, just maybe a minute or so, I would have thought. 2 goals and a slight injury to Aidan Draver. 1 sub, of course, Gary Scott coming on for Sam Maver after about 20 minutes. So we'll have a minute or 2 added on. Dan Hurston up the line, goes out for a Shetland throw. Farmer will take. McNiven gathers the ball. Lorne goes looking for his right back Lease, bursting forward again. But Jason Scott there every step of the way with him. Does well, very well, Jason Scott, to keep an eye on him. Jamie Flett now. Gives to Owen Young. Owen Young in the left-hand channel. McNiven's got ideas. That is a Shetland ball. Shouting, reckons it came off Young last. Simpson's unimpressed. Flett's in that left-hand channel now. Can he fashion a last corner, maybe a last chance for Orkney before the half-time whistle? Nothing in that, no. It's a Shetland free kick, a foul by Young, and that might just about be enough for this half. Flaws will take this free kick right nearly on his byline in the Shetland kind of corner area. Flaws goes slow. Draver there again. That is enough for the first half. 1 each at half time between Orkney and Shetland here at the Bignell. And the two teams evenly matched, James. I think Orkney can take a lot out of that half. I mean, when you consider what, I don't want to hark on about it, but when you consider what we've endured the last 2 years, going in at 1 each at half time's a real boost.
Yeah, it's very encouraging. Orkney are up for it. They're being competitive. They've putting a great shift. You see them all coming off the pitch. I mean, it's a warm day here, of course, as well, Adam. That might be a factor as the game goes on. But no, I think Orkney have got to be pleased with that first half performance. Competing all over the pitch, and just at the end there, as I say, Jason getting back and just doing that defensive part of the role that's going to be so important going into the second half.
So we do go in. The subs are kicking the ball about as normal. Rory Henderson, the Shetland goalkeeper, of course, he getting a few words with his goalkeeping coach as he heads off the pitch. He's got his gloves off. I'm sure they'll be back on for the second half. But I suppose the one thing you might say is just a slight, he'll maybe be scunnered when he watches that goal back. It's bubbled, it's spilled in front of him, but it's squirmed over the line for the Orkney goal there, James.
Yeah, I'll be a bit disappointed, but it did bobble up, and that'd be quite difficult for goalkeepers if the ball's bouncing up just in front of you. I think he's a young boy. He's got Craig Dunwoody there. Woody's a fantastic guy, a great coach, and a very experienced goalkeeper himself. Played for Delton for many years, probably one of Shetland's best goalkeepers in the past 20-30 years. So Woody will keep him right. He'll keep his feet on the ground and hopefully boost his confidence a bit. Because you don't want to see young boys being too impacted in a game of this stature.
Well, we've been joined here by Sean Copeland, who is an always interested spectator in a lot of games all over the county, but none more so than the Orkney Shetland Milne Cup. John, give us your reflections on the first half there.
Oh, not a bad first half there. Very impressed with number 7 for Shetland. Who's he?
Harkness. Good player. You're stationed on this right hand side here, and Harkness has been he's been one of Shetland's kind of standout in that first half.
Yes, I would say 17's a good player too, James. I don't know who he is either.
Is the boy
Gary Scott.
Gary Scott is coming top scorer in Shetland this year.
10's a good player too. You have 2 or 3 good players there.
Yeah. No, there's an odd good Shetland player, you kind, John.
Would just like to see, a few. I would like to see it on the deck a bit more.
Both teams gone relatively direct.
Yes, it does tend to be that. But it's been some decent stuff, good competitive stuff. A couple of good tackles there.
Yeah. Aidan Draver having a good match in the centre of the midfield for Orkney.
Indeed, he's certainly been Orkney's best player so far by considerable distance.
What do you mark in the Milne Cup being back at the big nod here, John?
Ooh, a while if it's been here. I'm glad to see they've cut the goals.
Yes.
We spoke about that one day before, Adam. But that's it's fine to see it here. It's tradition, but the pitch down by is better, and folk can see it better. But kind of disappointed. I thought there would have been a slightly bigger crowd tonight. But it's fine though.
Yeah, I suppose there's that much on at weekends in Orkney. You kind of got the shopping week and the golf at the golf club, of course, tucks away a few. But a decent enough crowd, as you say, on a bonny afternoon. You might like to see a few more. But the ones that's here enjoying a half decent game of football. Yeah,
well, I spent 2 games at the hockey this morning as well, so it was a good crowd at the hockey actually as well. So it was fine. 42 years since Shetland won in Orkney. So.
Bit of history there for the Shetland hockey ones, and maybe no fair if you're in a red hockey shirt, but Shetland really knew compete Orkney and back in the Lady Hamilton Cup, a competitive contest.
Yes, and before the extra time, but great credit to Shetland. It helps the game, but a good turnout there today as well. The veterans before, 1 or 2 older than me, would you believe?
I love when they bring back.
I'll skip that one, I think.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, John, and giving us your reflections. Shetland successful in the Lady Hamilton Cup, and the first time they've won in Orkney, as he was saying there, for 40. So a bit of history for the hockey lasses too, James.
I hadn't realised it was as long as that. I mean, that's some achievement for Orkney to win a fixture like that over such a long period of time. But so I mean, for Shetland, I mean, every record's there to be broken, absolutely. I suppose, at some point in time. Well done to the Shetland lasses for winning. Hello, boys.
A lot of familiar faces seeing Liking seeing you microphone in your hand, James.
Well, there's the Orkney Football Academy. We've got a lot of 170 bairns that are on our books there, and just really enjoy working with the younger age groups. They're just so enthusiastic. They're turn up week in, week out, and there's no chasing them. There's no problem with work or girlfriends, wives, or parents, or anything like that. So, yeah, it's a different experience than coaching senior players. So, very enjoyable, and yeah.
And of course, you'll be seeing players emerge from the football academy into the junior county and into the senior county now.
Yeah, well, I suppose boys like Thorfinn Scott and Louis Hancock and George Ewan most notably have been, with the football academy, and Stephen Edwards done an awful lot of work in terms of encouraging them when they were at Ross County, when they were younger as well, and giving them opportunities there. So there's a lot of really good footballers coming through Orkney, and the work that the YDG do, and the volunteers, the clubs putting on the sessions for the bairns. So and some really good lasses coming through as well, I'd have to say, Adam. I think I'd see the game progressing. Good to see Abby Coulthard there, and I think Reese as well. Reese was I think possibly a trial with Ross County, but she's maybe signing up as well. But it's great to see that.
Fantastic, and see that pathway to senior women's football, senior men's football is there, and players taking advantage of it.
Yeah, well, my niece at JSU, and she's a very good footballer, and of course a Radio Orkney sports journalist.
Good at that as well.
She very much is. I thought she was going to give me a hard time in them when she was passing by, but no, she just smiled and gave me a thumbs up. But no, Jess has been playing down at Edinburgh Uni at a good level as well, and part of the Orkney women's team, and it's good to see how they're progressing, developing there. I'll be watching that with interest because it's a fast growing part of the sport.
Absolutely. Well, today we're concentrating on the Milne Cup, of course, and what would you like to see from the two teams when they come back out after their cup of tea and their half-time orange?
Well, I think when you go into second half of games, then players ultimately tire a bit. There tends to be a bit more space, and I think we'll maybe see a bit more passing through the thirds going into the second half. I don't think it'll be as long. John was quite right. We were saying that they were going long. I think we might see more passages of play where they'll try and pass it, and that's what I would expect. I think it'll be interesting just to see how going down the slope will be for Shetland. I expect there to be more goals. But I think it's got the look of a close game. I just hope that Orkney can keep the tempo up, keep closing in the space, and keep battling the way they have, because as I said before, we've got some good options coming off the bench, potentially for Orkney, but as do Shetland.
Yes, absolutely. Well, of course, in a creative sense, you're probably looking to Liam Deldy for Orkney, but Shetland, of course, have a lot of talent on the bench there. Stuart Copeland, of course, maybe a centre half more so, but you've got, Gary Scott's already made the pitch, of course, but
yeah, and we've mentioned Conor Regan before, Adam, and young Jack Simpson. Jack's a really classy midfielder. He's been doing really well for Lerwick Celtic this year. Actually played with his father, John, who was a great midfield player as well. John Simpson for Walser originally. So yeah, he's a twin as Jack, and his brother's a very good footballer as well. So it would be nice to see Jack making his debut for the senior county today. But no, they've definitely got dangerous players that could come off the bench. Shetland.
Both sides, just interestingly enough, both sides gone with a recognised goalie on the bench. Shetland not through choice, I don't think. Eric Peterson was obviously due to travel, but a family seek bugs prevented that. But Charlie, interestingly, basically kind of relying on Chris Simpson if something was to happen to Cammy McConaughey.
Yeah, he's kind of like the Swiss Army of footballers, as Simo. But he's been a great stalwart for Charlie. I think he's got a highest cap record for OFC. That's as right. Well. He's just his commitment and you know,
and his willingness to play in any position.
He'll play up front, he'll play full back. I think Charlie prefers him as a full back.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Simo actually come on to this game at some point. I think he could offer something a bit different.
Well, I think we're going to get a bit more insight into the hockey now. Give us, introduce yourself to us first.
Hi, I'm Alison, and I'm one of the masters from Shetland.
One of the veterans that graced the Astro pitch at Picky Day. Talk us through the game.
Well, to be honest, it was an absolutely brilliant game, and I think that more so the result doesn't matter, it's about connecting with people, and it's been a brilliant day. We've spoken to folk that we played hockey 25 years ago, and it's just been such an absolute blast.
A good weekend had by all. Talk us very quickly through the Lady Hamilton Cup as well. Did you stick a boot for that?
Yes, we did. Oh my goodness, that was so good. I think that it was a very competitive match. I think both teams were absolutely on the ball, and it could have gone either way, but personally, Shetland got the goals in the penalty flick, so it was absolutely brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, enjoy your weekend. We're just waiting on Orkney coming out here. Shetland have come out after their half-time break, and thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Yes. Watch yourself on that ladder. So here come Orkney as well. Shetland are just out. First, Wayne Kirkness leads his side out for the second half of this Milne Cup match. The veterans thing, James, you know, fantastic to keep, as Ali was saying, keep those connections going over the years.
Yeah, I love the kind of whole concept of the veterans. It's because, I mean, one of the things about the county is a very social experience, and always been a part of it, and great traditions to uphold, and I think folk love getting together. Somebody described to me that Orcadians and Shetlanders are a bit like cousins. You know, we're not as close as brothers and sisters, but there's certainly a kind of extended family kind of feel around it. So there's an awful lot of good relationships that have been built up over many years.
So we're just doesn't seem to be any changes at half time. The second half just about to get underway. Bruce Simpson just getting his fingers and toes out to count both sides have 11 on the pitch, and I think he's satisfied with that. Orkney will kick off going up the slope in the second half of the Milne Cup here. One each, and we get underway with a long ball up towards Leask in the Shetland right back area. Young into Thorfinn Scott. Thorfinn Scott, left-footed cross, but can't clear the first defender. Lee Rendell gets underneath it and heads forward. Aidan Draver does the same. Looks for Jason Scott, a bit of space on the left-hand side now. Scott looks for Flett, but it's McNiven that clears. Aidan Draver heads it back towards Jason Scott on that left-hand side. Scott's highest, but nods it out. But a decent start for Orkney, a bit of territory, and they're going, as I mentioned, up the slope in the Bignell New. So a bit of different style of play, maybe. As you say, James, it doesn't, or it'll head up better for them, maybe gone up the hill. Owen Young looks for Scott. Jason Scott on a bright start to the second half. Drills the ball across. McNiven rises lowest to clear, but he Gregor Dowell punished for a handball. His hand was certainly at his side, but Bruce Simpson, the referee, sees enough in it for a foul, and it'll be a Shetland goal kick. A Shetland free kick. Maybe that was a flag actually, I didn't watch, but Henderson takes the kick. Maybe just a bye kick. A bright start by Orkney in his first opening seconds, James.
Yeah, well done to Jason there. He's put a couple of crosses in. I think maybe you'll be a bit disappointed with the quality of them, but certainly in good positions to cross the bar. Orkney have made a good start.
Owen Young, that nice little ball looking for Gregor Dowell. Gregor Dowell will pressure Henderson, but Henderson launches it forward. Aidan Draver underneath it again. He's everywhere at the moment. He's getting his head on everything, looking for Owen Young. Owen Young, Flett, but McNiven sidesteps him. Owen Young blocks him off. A clear free kick. I don't think it'll be a yellow, but a very clever foul from Owen Young there. Owen Young really lighting up this Milne Cup. I think he's having a impressive game.
Yeah, very assured, I would say. Owen, he's picking up good positions, making himself available, getting on the bar, and I think, yeah, you call that a good foul.
A professional foul, as they say, but
yeah, he was maybe fortunate. He maybe could have picked up a yellow for that, but I think Bruce has actually officiated the game well.
He's had very little to do so far. No too much to cause any controversy. Give Jamie Flett a yellow, and it certainly was a late challenge. Leask takes a throw in front of a few blue shirts there on the right hand side. Looks for Scott. Scott a dink ball in for Aitken, but Aitken being kept well marshalled by Aidan Draver here. Harkness, John Clipton was very impressed with Mr. Harkness in that first half. Leask, the flying wing back. Safe pair of hands for McConaughey. So I suppose we can run through those lineups again. McConaughey in goal, Lee Rendell and Wayne Harkness ahead of him for Orkney's centre halves. Horston and Stute are the fullbacks. Owen Young's in the number 10 position, Aidan Draver and Thorfinn Scott behind him. Gregor Dowell's on the right, Jason Scott's on the left, and Jamie Flett up front. Shetland coming forward. Gary Scott looks for 11. 11 is no, that was Lawrenson. Sorry, Lawrenson lays it off. Aitken gets a shot away, but a very straightforward save for McConaughey. The Shetland lineup is Henderson in goals, McNiven and Flaws centre halves. Leask and Farmer are the fullbacks. Lawrenson and Clubb in the middle. Aitken ahead of them. Gary Scott, the substitute, is up front, and Harkness and Finn Regan are the wide players. Finn Regan now looking for his centre forward, Gary Scott. Gary Scott outpaces Wayne Harkness. Wayne Harkness to look to hold him up. He can't. The cross is there. James Aitken will be disappointed not to get that on target, James.
Yeah, he just leaned back a bit and it just went over the bar, but lovely play again for Regan and for Scott. They've got very good feet. Very good close control, and Orkney are going to have to watch there. They're going to have to try and double up, I would say, on this side, because there's a real danger there. Charlie will be picking up on that, I'm sure.
Last player you want to have a bit of space in the box is Aitken, but he did fire that chance over the bar. I suppose from a Shetland point of view here, you've got Finn Regan here on the left, that's a 19, Gary Scott 21, so they've got a nice youthful side there. James Aitken maybe doesn't have a lot of Milne Cups left in him at 35 years old, but still well worth his place. But the future's bright if you're of a blue persuasion. James.
Yeah, a lot of good players. Lewis Harkness, not very old, and the two that are missing, Ronan Grant and Brandon Mackay, are young boys as well.
Very true. Jason Scott, overlapping run is Jack Stute. Jack Stute will hit the byline, but it's a foul.
I'm a bit surprised at that, to be honest with you, Adam. I thought Lewis Harkness just tracked Jack back there, but he did lean into him a bit. But
you see it quite a lot, that kind of jostling as the ball heads out. And I wondered if Bruce would have let that one go, but he saw enough in it for a foul, and it's on the byline. Daniel Hurston trots across to tack it. It's a few yards in for the corner flag, so it'll be interesting to see what he does here. Thorfinn Scott loitering at the edge of the box, but it looks like it'll be dinked in by Hurston. Hurston, the right back, over the ball. One man wall is Leask, Calvin Leask. So he goes deep, looks right on top of the goalkeeper, and safe pair of hands, Rory Henderson. Hurston will be disappointed with that because it was a pretty effortless ball for Henderson to gather. Thorfinn Scott does well to bring it under his control. It goes gives it to his centre half, Lee Rendell, and a nervy moment there for Orkney. A couple of I think Thorfinn Scott was a bit short with his pass, and Lee Rendell the same. McConaughey clears, but against Gary Scott, and it went out for the goal kick. But a nervy moment, James.
It was, yeah. I think just misjudging the way to pass there, and yeah, it's a dry day. Could actually do with the pitch being watered, and being perfectly honest. But yeah, the bar's heading up a bit, I would say, so they'll need to be careful with that.
I think that Thorfinn Scott pass was for McConaughey, and he totally misjudged the pace. But no harm done from our Orkney shirt. Charlie Alway roaring orders just to make sure that doesn't happen again. Horston holds up Regan. Regan gone to the byline. Dowler comes back McGregor Dowell, a fantastic tackle, does well, and it's a corner.
Yeah, that was really important there. That's what I was saying before about needing to double up, and Gregor got back. You can see his pace there in terms of matching Finn Regan.
He does. Regan is certainly a live wire on this left-hand side. Aitken will take the corner kick on this near side, pavilion side of the Bignell, straight at Thorfinn Scott. Aitken will get another bite at the cherry. Great ball, offside. Mr. Cussiter on the right-hand side is flagging. He's got his flag up. He's no flagging, I should say. He might be our 62, but he's keeping up with play perfectly, Mr. Mike Cussiter on the right-hand side. One of the veteran referees we enjoy here in Orkney, but flag goes up, and lovely ball by Aitken there, but the Shetland forward had just strayed a yard offside.
Yeah, well done to the Orkney defence there. They did step up, and it looked offside right enough.
So we're 7 or 8 minutes into the second half of the Milne Cup. It's one each between Orkney and Shetland. An even start to the second half, and we eagerly await another goal here. McConaughey goes long, looking for Flett again. McNiven's over the top of him to clear. Jack Stewart's getting chased down by Harkness, but Stewart deals with it ably. Lace back to Flaws. Flaws steps into the Orkney half now. Will he go long? He does, looking for Regan, but he won't go past Horston. Horston nods down for Dowell. Dowell wrestling with his counterpart, and it does a Shetland free kick. Dowell just stops the quick free kick there. A bit of football intelligence. The sun has come out again. A lot of scrunched up faces there on the pitch. A beautiful afternoon for football here at the Bignell. Aitken looks to be going long into the box. Both Lauren McNiven, the centre halves, trotted forward for this free kick. Will Lauren McNiven get a shot away? He didn't quite fall for him there, but
he's a strong, powerful player, McNiven, isn't he? Yeah, I mean, impressed with him at the back, and then he's a threat going up as well. He's not just the biggest of players. He's nowhere near the size of Stuart Copeland, but yeah, he's certainly dangerous.
Here he is again. McNiven just shrugs off the challenge of Thorfinn Scott. Aitken looks for Regan. Those two teaming up to great effect at the moment. But Aidan Draver's there, tidying up again. Well done, Aidan.
Brilliant, Aidan Draver.
Playing that defensive midfield role, James. I mean, you can plenty about, of course, but it requires a bit of discipline, and he's performed it to perfection so far this afternoon.
Yeah, and just that game awareness at the first 5 yards is in the head with Aidan as well. Like he anticipates, and he's been getting across, and looks like a sub here.
55 minutes gone, and Jason Scott is going to come off for Liam Deldy. Looks to be apologies. Jamie Fleck comes off for Liam Deldy. Jason Scott going up front in the number 9 position, and Liam Deldy going wide left where Jason was playing. So Charlie Holloway, Orkney manager, makes his first change of the afternoon with 56 minutes gone. I did wonder if Jamie Fleck was maybe just run his race to an extent, and fresh legs from an Orkney point of view with Liam Deldy coming on.
Yeah, he's done well actually, Jamie. To be fair, he's worked hard.
There's his replacement, Jason Scott. Muscles a Shetland defender off the ball, gets a shot away, but it's blocked. Owen Young out into Thorfinn Scott. He gets a left-footed shot away. Aidan Draver now. Will he get a chance to hit? He does. A nice hit, but wide of that post. Liam Deldy coming on the left, and Jason Scott kind of like for like with Jamie Flett up front, a big physical player, and maybe a bit more pace possibly with Jason.
Yeah, I think Jason will give you more pace. I think his feet, his ability maybe just to beat a player and strike at goal. Left-sided obviously. He's very good at pressing, I would say, Jason. If you watch him, like he angles his runs, he'll work really hard across that line.
Okay.
So I think obviously Liam Deldy.
Great to see Liam in an Orkney shirt again.
Yeah.
Maybe not 100% fit, I don't think. He's certainly he's back playing for Thorfinn, and great to see it for them to see him coming back to full abilities, but a fully 100% fit Liam Daly's a sight to behold.
Oh, absolutely. I was speaking to him earlier in the week, and he was saying he's just delighted to be back, but the fitness isn't quite there yet. It's understandable with such a long layoff, but just a great creative player. James
Aitken corner. Cammy McConaughey gets 2 fists on it, so it clears to Club. It makes his way to Leask. Leask goes long, but it'll straight into the gloves of Cammy McConaughey. McConaughey looks for the short one. He will give it to Lee Rendell.
I'd like to see Orkney getting up a bit higher there, Adam. I don't want them to sit too deep.
Worston looks for the new striker, Jason Scott. But Finn Regan does well to come up with the ball there, gives it to Gary Scott. Gary Scott over to Jack Clubb. Late challenge by Aidan Draver. Bruce lets play develop, but back for the free kick. Certainly a free kick there. Aidan Draver gets away with it. I don't think there's too much in it, just a late challenge. Letting his counterpart Clubb, Kenny was there.
Yeah, no, I think you've called that spot on there, Adam. But again, just Aidan a presence in that middle of the park.
There's his Draver clearing the ball. Offside, number 7, Harkness on the right hand side there.
Yeah, they're just getting caught offside a bit. Shetland, they need to maybe just a little bit of experience there, and when you've got linesmen in a match, sometimes kind of local football level in that, it's just a coach for their team, a bib in there. But
so Shetland turn to their bench there. Lawrenson comes off. 16 coming on was sorry, I don't have a note of the Shetland numbers there. Coming on there, I didn't quite catch who that was. Taking my eye off the ball for a second, and we will endeavour to find out who that Shetland sub was. Owen Young. It's been a Jack Stout. Liam Deldy gets a first kind of touch of the ball. Here's Liam Deldy. Tricky feet. Gives it to Owen Young. Stout now. Thorfinn teammate of Deldy. Owen Young looks for Jason Scott, but late flag again. Orkney, Shetland looking for the advantage there, but the offside was given.
Just wondering if that's Conor Regan that's come on.
Number 16, Adam, Conor Regan, straight swap.
I didn't have a note who the number 16 is, unfortunately, but Kenny's feather, Chris. He's got a kind of familiar look about him.
Well, we'll make sure of that as soon as we can. Maybe my colleague David Deldy might be able to help us out. He's not listening.
Should be a pitch side reporter.
Absolutely,
yeah. Chick Young-esque.
There's Lewis Harkness. His cross is blocked.
Up we get, come on.
Shetland looking dangerous here. Gets the shot away. Gary Scott, but Jack Simpson that came on, James. We've got the numbers here.
That's Jack Simpson.
Jack Simpson, straight swap in the middle for
he's come in the middle
Neil
of the
Lawrenson.
park. Yeah.
Oh, we've got the. You're right enough here, Conor Regan. Yeah. Just a slight mix-up with the numbers.
I thought it looked a pretty bit too old to be young Jack, but yeah, me eyesight isn't what it used to be.
Conor Regan joins his cousin Finn on the pitch, so we've managed to solve that mystery, James.
Yeah.
Liam Delly, a lovely ball over the top, but Aidan Draver slips in an Orkney shirt, but he's got the trouble by his defence. Thorfinn Scott looks for the ball. Aidan Draver. Nice diagonal ball for Dowell. Dowell, can you get the better of Farmer? Poor ball, a sloppy ball at this stage. Aidan Draver takes the foul. That'll surely be a booking this time, I would guess. Again, an intelligent foul. But Bruce Simpson doesn't see enough in that for a yellow card, and Aidan Draver gets away with one there.
It's a blatant yellow card.
I would have thought so myself.
I mean, you're a referee yourself, Adam, but that was stopping a counter-attack there. And Orkney need to be careful there because they were in a good attacking position, but a poor bar, and then Shetland were countering them. That was a dangerous position. Shetland,
the bench remonstrating with the two officials on this side about why that wasn't punished, because of course, I mean, you don't want to see players getting yellows, but it changes Aidan's game in centre midfield if he gets booked there. So you can understand the frustration from the blue side of this fixture. Shetland corner now. Came out of nowhere pretty bit, but lands on top of the net. Cammy McConaughey sees it out comfortably. But going back to that foul, as you say, stopping a promising attack. I think there's enough there for a yellow, especially when you consider he had a very similar one in the centre circle about 5 or 6 minutes ago. So Aidan Draver fortunate to see his name not taken, but the game goes on. We are 63 minutes into the Milne Cup. The hour's passed. We're in the end of this fixture. One each. Neither side done too much to trouble the respective in the second half, but late one there by, and it's been given to some frustration amongst the crowd amongst that one. I did think to be the number 8 see his name taken. I would have thought it looked like a trip to me. So just to rewind there a bit, coming together here, I thought the foul, if anything, was by the substitute Reagan.
Yeah, it looked to me as though Dan Hurston was fouled there, but there was a kind of, as you say, a coming together, and it's just raised the temperature a bit. Shetland, which was clever, and Regan was then, bursting through on the Orkney defence. I think it was maybe Aidan Draver that took him down again.
He trapped him, and he's finally got his. He's gone to get his. So somebody, I think number 7 there, Dowell, just struggling with a bit of cramp. So we'll see. We'll see if there's a substitute, but it looks like his race is run. Off, so it appears that Steve Helliwell is going to come off the bench here. We'll see. I would imagine that I'll see Dan Hurston go forward to right wing, and Helliwell will step in to the fullback spot. But we'll see what wonders Charlie comes up with. Charlie and his coaching team here.
That's a pity for Orkney because, as I say, Gregor's pace there, I think in a defensive capacity was important, but Steve's fantastic footballer, great experience as well.
Neat and tidy, very experienced, and you can what you're getting with Steve. He's a really decent player. He started against Wick in the first of the Orkney matches this summer, so we'll see where he comes on, whether he's a straight swap for Dowell on this right hand side or whether he goes in at full back. We'll see. More pressing is this Shetland free kick. James Aitken's over it. Looks like he will hit. There's a 4-man wall ahead of in his way. Kevin McConaughey's telling them to move left a step, and Aitken will hit. So play set to get back underway. Here comes Aitken. Goes low, but a Orkney foot stabbed out.
Offside.
Not cleared though.
I thought it was offside.
Not cleared. Orkney nearly played themselves into trouble again there, but it'll go for a Shetland throw. Farmer trots down to tackle. I'm just dying for James Farmer to put in a dodgy challenge, and it could be described as an agricultural challenge there, James. Gary Scott turns in the box. Owen Young will get the ball from his forward Jason Scott. Jason Scott gives to Helliwell. Helliwell playing the right wing at the moment. His first attempt is a bit his first attempt at a pass goes a bit awry, but he'll feel his way into the game, no doubt. A good 23-24 minutes to go here. Kirkness. Just clears his lines. Jack Stewart has had a very dependable game at left back. He's capped off with that goal in the first half, James.
Yeah, he's done well up against Lewis Hartness as well, who has caught the eye, been impressive.
Yes, Bruce brings it back. A bit of tugging, but mainly coming from a Shetland shirt, so Dan Horston was impeded there. And Orkney will get a chance to find their shape.
The aforementioned James Farmer, a fantastic line in Jockey's book, The 100 Glorious Games Around the Milne Cup, that was actually James Farmer's great-grandfather that was captain, I think it was maybe Lerwick at that time, Lerwick against Kirkwall. And he raised the first ever Milne Cup, and James is the captain today.
Oh, well, there we go, a bit of history there indeed. Liam Deldy looks deep for the substitute Helliwell. Helliwell not able to get it, but Thorfinn Scott gives to Daniel Hurston. Daniel Hurston trying to drive through that Shetland defence. Owen Young gets a shot away, but it's straight at a Shetland shirt. Orkney with a lot of men forward here. They're going to have to watch themselves. A Sclaff clearance by Kirkness. McConaughey, can he prevent the corner? He does, but he'll need to get back in position now for a throw. McConaughey's back. Harkness out in this left hand side now.
Looks like Harkness and Regan have maybe swapped sides.
I wonder if that's the case maybe. Gary Scott trying to stay onside. He does, gets a shot away and hits the bar. James Aitken played him in there. He broke the offside trap, got a shot away, a looping shot, and it hit the bar with McConaughey racing a glove at it. But that's the closest anybody's come in this second half so far, James.
Yeah, he's really dangerous, Gary Scott. I'm very impressed with him since he's come on. He just seems to be able to get that half a yard, and be able to get the shot off. Just a bit of sloppy defining there for Orkney. I think Wayne will be a bit disappointed that he's sclaffed it.
But it's all come for a sclaff, that chance, hasn't it? So Shetland enjoying a pretty bit of domination here. Lee Rendell can't get his header clear, but Jack Stewart does better. Liam Deldy keeps it in play, gives it to Owen Young. You'd like this. Hopefully Liam Deldy can feel his way into the match a bit more. He's not really got Gan yet. Jason Scott chasing down the centre half. Helliwell comes out to the right hand side. Substitute Helliwell, fresh legs, up against Farmer. A late tackle by Farmer there, nothing in it, Bruce says. Aitken looks diagonal for Regan.
Oh, well done, Jack. There, that was a good diagonal ball.
I see a touch on Regan and Harkness, just swapping sides, freshen things up a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I would favour that, because I thought Regan was a real threat coming down this left, but obviously Harkness has been playing well, and sometimes coaches will do that. They'll just change it up a bit.
Just give the fullback something to think about, I suppose. But as you say, Regan was having a fantastic game doing this left hand side. They'll maybe change back soon enough. Here's Scott, the striker, inside to Aitken. Aitken coming into this match in a big way. Gary Scott gets a shot away, but it trundles through to McConaughey, and the game remains 1-1. Thank you for joining us on Radio Orkney, whether you're watching on Facebook or whether you're listening on the wireless. We're always delighted to have somebody listening to what we're saying, James. McConaughey goes long. Looks for Scott. Aidan Draver. You'd like to see Orkney just get their feet on the ball a pretty bit more, James. It's just a bit scratchy this past few minutes.
I hear Graham Horn, one of the Orkney coaches there, saying we need to keep the ball, and he's absolutely right. We don't want to just be kicking it back to Shetland. Here comes Regan again.
There's Regan on the right hand side now. Squares it for Scott, and it's off the post. Again, a bit of a stramash, and it's cleared by Orkney. How did that not go in? Excellent turn by Harkness. He's in the box now, and it's cleared for. Cleared for. I wonder if that was cleared for a goal kick. It maybe came off Harkness last, but More importantly, there, Gary Scott got his shot away, hit the feet of the post, and it was just another stramash there, James, and they couldn't have forced it over the line.
Yeah, I mean, just heroic defending for Orkney there, bodies on the line. Regan again, a fantastic run into the box, and you were sure the net was going to bulge in there, Adam, but Shetland are definitely pushing here. Orkney are going to have to, I think, defend a bit more if
Looks
they're
like
going to
another sub here.
keep it 1-1.
I can't see, I can't see who's doing, but somebody, it's either in the course of that pitting ball in the box, somebody's doing a one. It's no Lee Rendell. It's but Graham Horn seems to be acting as physio, and he's signalling for a sub for the stricken player. Just trying to work out who it is.
Yeah, kind of see, but I see Aidan struggling a little bit with cramp as well, which isn't surprising. The amount of effort he's put in today. He's covered some amount of the pitch.
It's been an intense 70, just coming up for 75th minute or so. There'll be a few added on new.
This is not too bad for Orkney having a break like this, Adam, because Shetland were a bit of momentum there, and you want to break that up if you can. Allows maybe Charlie to kind of get the boys together, get some water on board.
That looks like a sore one
looks
for
like
Daniel
Dan,
Hurston.
I think. Yeah.
He's being carried off the pitch, which is never fine to see. He's been doing in the course of that action in the box. So Cammy McConaughey, the goalie, and Graham Horn, the coach, will take him off. And looks to me like Jack Patterson will come on in his place and maybe be a bit of a reshuffle. Danny Hurston doing well at right back, but he goes off in the 75th minute of the Milne Cup.
I think that must have been Dan that put his body on the line there, because there was last ditch defending. Nice touch there, Neil Fenwick, the Shetland manager, going over to see how he's doing.
So Jack Patterson comes on. He's been in and around the squad for a lot of years. This is just his third Milne Cup appearance though, so Hotspurs midfielder Patterson comes on. Looks like Helliwell to right back and Patterson to right wing.
Yeah, I've always admired Jack. Jack Patterson, great footballer, lovely feet, good balance, pick out a pass. So hopefully he can do something in this kind of final 15-20 minutes maybe. 15
to go plus stops indeed. 1-1 in this Milne Cup clash. The last action before that small break was a bit of a raffle in the box, but Shetland couldn't force it our line, and it went off Harkness for an Orkney goal kick. Jason Scott does well to nod it on. Too many Scots on this pitch, James. There's Finn Regan, looking really dangerous on that right-hand side, same as he was on left. Jack Patterson comes out to try and get his first bit of action. He closes down James Farmer. Farmer goes by him as if he wasn't there, unfortunately. Farmer, lovely ball in the box, but McConaughey punches. I wonder if he could have gathered. Aitken! Wide.
Scuffed it.
He didn't quite catch it clean, but it's going for a corner. I wonder if it's deflected off somebody on the way through, but certainly didn't catch it as clean as he would like. And I wonder if McConaughey will look back and think he could have maybe caught that, but he got two good fists on it, but straight to Aitken on the edge of the box. Orkney got away with it for the meantime. Aitken takes the corner.
Yeah, James Aitken's lovely first touch. He got out his feet.
McNiven with the header, but nods it wide. Shetland just having a period of dominance here. Orkney need to weather this storm. They've made 3 subs new, both wingers new as substitutes, and Steve Helliwell slotting in at right back after that injury to Daniel Hurston. Charlie all the way on the touchline, barking orders, trying to get his players to see out this last 15 minutes. Can either side win this Milne Cup? You feel like a goal at this stage might be enough for either side. Thorfinn Scott gives it to Owen Young. Owen Young looks for Jason Scott. Jason Scott into the box. He'll cross it. Shut down by McNiven. McNiven gives to Connor Regan. Connor straight to Draver. Draver into Young. Young, really good in the Orkney shirt today. Thorfinn Scott does well, into the box. Looks for Deldy, but just a half a yard behind Deldy. Jack Patterson, his first touch of the ball now. Not many options ahead of him, and he's closed down by Conor Regan. Jack Stewart, fantastic. Can he get a second shot away here? He does. Nice hit, but always ambitious from that kind of range to take a shot on.
Yeah, he did well there though, Jack. Nice composure, controlled it. Yeah, Jason again getting a good position, but the cross was blocked there.
A bit of encouragement for Orkney though, because that was a couple of nice forays into the box. Both Scott brothers at the heart of both of them. Conor Regan muscled off the ball by Stewart, but he picks it up again. He does so well at that. For being, he's not a big player, Finn Regan, but he's hard to get off the ball.
Yeah, just wonderful balance.
So Orkney a bit more encouragement in this last few minutes. 78 minutes gone here in the Milne Cup. 12 to go plus stops. Flaws on the ball. Great tackle by Deldy, but Bruce Simpson thinks there's enough in that for a foul. I thought he maybe won the ball, but maybe he's skinned through the man to get the ball. Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, full-blooded challenge for Liam there.
Full-blooded was the word.
Yeah, you didn't really associate him with marking tackles like that. Normally he's on the receiving end of that kind of tackle, but yeah, possibly just the force, so it was what influenced Bruce's decision there.
Gets a chance to launch a ball into the box. At this stage of the game, both teams maybe understandably going direct with these set pieces. I think we'll see a Shetland sub shortly. But Leask takes the free kick. Right on top of McConaughey. Lauren McNiven can't rise above him, and McConaughey gathers well. Gary Scott prevents the quick throw. So it looks like McConaughey will go from feet here. He shouts to Jason Scott, the striker. But Liam Flaws rises highest, does very well. Oh, a bad one there by Helliwell. Straight to Gary Scott, the last thing you want to do. Gary Scott, a loose pass out to Regan. Finn Regan will keep it in though, but straight to Jack Stewart. So one sloppy pass followed by another there, James.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the Orkney shape here, because Jack Stewart looks a bit isolated out on the left there. I think Liam's just no keeping his position.
Liam Deldy certainly a kind of threat, but again, like we're saying in the first half, needs to do the defensive work as well to support his.
So important at this stage of the game. But yeah, you obviously want Liam closer to the goals, because that's where he's most effective. But yeah, I'm sure Jack will be wanting him to come and help him out and cover over there with Finn Regan running at him.
Liam Flaws, the latest player to go down with a bit of cramp. These players are putting a lot of blood, sweat and tears into this match so far. 80 minutes gone, and you can see the effects a high octane match is having on them.
Yeah, the tempo and energy in the game has been very good, I think. No surprise to see boys beginning to cramp up. It's a warm day as well.
So we'll see if Liam Flaws looks like he's going to be replaced. I think he is, and number 12 comes on for Shetland.
Yeah, so Stuart Copland, as we were saying, Adam, kind of surprised not to see him starting.
A very able
defender.
deputy to come on though.
Absolutely.
That's the type of defender when you're...
Yeah, great experience in this fixture as well, Stuart Copland.
Yes, Stuart Copeland comes on for Shetland, replaces Liam Flaws, and Stuart Copeland comes on for his 8th Milne Cup spot, Milne Cup cap. 8 caps at 26-year-old, not doing bad, James.
Absolutely, that's a great record.
So we'll get back underway here after a stop for that bit of cramp. They'll all be added on by Simpson, the referee. He had a bit more to do in the second half than he did in the first. Aidan Drever, the only player currently on the pitch on a booking at this moment in time. Liam Deldy rides the tackle but can't ride a second. Oh, he does. He comes out, emerges with the ball, does very well inside two. Oh, he's looking for Thorfinn Scott, but Thorfinn can't do it. Owen Young tries the tactical foul but doesn't get it. But Thorfinn Scott manages to hold up James Aitken. Haley does well to get enough on it. Gary Scott. Farmer. Into Scott. Thorpe. Oh, well done, Scott. He turns, takes 2 Orkney players out of the game in one go. But well done, Jack Stute. Stops him. He had to make that challenge.
He
there,
did,
James.
he did. Lovely feet again for young Gary Scott.
Nice ball for Jack Scott out to Jack Patterson here. Jack Patterson looks for support. He's kind of thin on the ground here in a red sense, getting into this. So Jack Patterson goes himself. You could see the idea. His right back, Steve Helliwell, had made the run, but the pass just...
Nobody in the box.
No.
Nobody in the box for Orkney there at all. So Jack didn't really have many options. Oof, the ball.
Harkness has stayed on side. He's beat the offside trap. He's in the box. He gets the shot away, but straight to McConaughey. I think he's surprised to have that much time on the ball in the box there, James.
I think he was. I mean, it was a brilliant angled ball into him. He's just tiring a bit.
The game getting stretched, that's for sure. Helliwell has Owen Young beaten the trap. He has not. He goes a yard too early. You're hoping players like Owen Young, Thorfinn Scott can keep going for this last few minutes, but also the big potential now for an extra half an hour of play here.
Yeah, I think they'll be pushing to try and get a winner, the boys, because another half an hour in this kind of warmth will be a struggle for them. Yes,
absolutely. It's a hot day here at the Bignell. We've seen some course days for the Milne Cup, but this is not one of them. Jack Patterson does well to turn away. Big shout to man on, and he heeds them, turns away. Liam Deldy dropping deep, looking for the ball, gives it to Patterson. Patterson, diagonal ball for Stute. Well done, lovely ball. This is more like it for Orkney. Stute inside to Young. What can Young come up with here? He's being well marshalled by Leask. Deldy on the left, back on his left hand side, turns inside, does well, right-footed shot. A nice bit of play for him.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Very well played for Jack Pat there. Liam getting on the ball as well.
You just wonder if Liam's maybe been given a bit more freedom to drop into central areas.
Yeah, I think you're right, Adam. I'm not seeing him just playing out left mid. He is drifting in. There's Thorfinn coming off. He's played well in his debut.
Yes, absolutely. So Glenn Scott comes on for his second appearance in the Milne Cup. I wonder whether that'll just be a straight swap. Glenn Scott
looks like it, Adam.
To shore up that midfield, perhaps. Thorfinn's race, he's putting a power of work, so understandably, fresh legs will not hurt at this stage. But Thorfinn, I thought, was doing not too bad.
Yeah, I am slightly surprised at that sub. I thought both Aidan and Thorfinn were managing well enough in that middle of the park, but yeah, Glenn will bring in fresh legs and tends to play more at the back, but I think he'll maybe bring a bit of solidity into the middle of the park. That's offside, surely, isn't it?
Ball goes by him there anyway, but the Shetland did get shot away, James Aitken, but it drifts right across the goal, but it maybe looked more dangerous than it was, but it went past Cammy McConaughey's far hand post. But yes, Thorfinn Scott off, Glenn Scott on. A different branch of the Scots, I believe.
More Scots though.
More Scots than you might find at something Scottish anyway. Cammy McConaughey comes on here. Cammy McConaughey takes the goal kick, I should say. He's been on for the full 80 minutes so far. I just wondered where that's effectively, one sub left. Chris Simpson still remains on the bench for Orkney, but do you think it's in the back of Charlie's mind that yellow card for Aidan, or is he just going to trust Aidan to see out the game and possibly extra time with that booking hanging out of him?
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a risk. I mean, if it's going to go another half an hour, I think if I'd been Charlie, I maybe would have wanted to have had more than just the one sub. I don't know how the rules are now as well. I think you can get an additional sub, can you,
That's a good point,
in extra time? Yeah.
It's obviously not been taken into account for this match because both sides just have the 5 subs. But something for the two committees to maybe discuss. Jack Patterson bundles our Farmer, clear foul. Lauren looks to go quick, but he's held up. Lauren McNiven at the back. Now partnered by Stuart Copeland. 3 minutes and standard time to go. There'll be a few minutes stopped. Lee Rindle gets kind of caught underneath the ball there. Gary Scott looks to his right winger, Regan. Regan tricks and turns, gets a shot away. But high, wide and not so handsome.
No, well done there again, Lee Rindle, just staying on his feet.
Yes, he recovered there. He kind of
just made it difficult.
Made it difficult for Scott, indeed, he did. Trying to find more Scots than the porridge section at Tesco. Scots porridge oats. I've not seen a box of them for a pretty while. So 2 minutes to go here in the Milne Cup. 1 each, both sides very evenly matched, and it's maybe. Do you think this has been even more even than you might have expected, James? Because of the last 2 years that we've seen.
I think so. I think.
Orkney's certainly been a match for Shetland.
They have. They've just got to try and see this period out.
James Aitken gets the shot away. I thought he might have been offside, but I think he did. He bang in line. Another chance goes big in for Shetland, and you just get the feeling here Orkney might settle for extra time. And
I was just going to say that very same thing, Adam. I think Shetland are pushing.
Take the extra time, regroup, and Ryan McFerrin giving some sage advice from the sidelines there. He's a veteran of this fixture, of course.
Yes.
Leisk straight at McConaughey, and Orkney just heading on a pretty bit here. We've got a minute or so to go, but there will be a good 4 or 5 minutes added time. There's been a few subs, a couple of injuries, a couple of cramps. So Cammy taking all his time, taking all his box as well. He'll go long here.
It's at this stage of the game that it's advantageous to be going down the slope. Adam, like I was saying, when you're tired, it's just easier running downhill.
Very true. Ken that will ref when you get to this stage of the match, and yeah.
I didn't think do left the centre circle and do left.
A common urban myth, that one, James. Bruce wants a head knock, I think. So it'll go back to. I think Jack Clubb is that, seeing stars.
He's such a dependable, solid player, Jack Clubb. And
the type of player that's getting a chance with players like Brandon Mackay and Ronan Grant now available.
Yeah, I think he's maybe that holding midfielder in a team that.
No flag. Harkness here. Can Shetland win it with that in this dying embers of the game? They're certainly looking more likely of the two teams to do so at this stage. Farmer on the halfway line. Here's Conor Regan. Gives it to Harkness. But here's Owen Young. Can he find a moment of magic? Just settles to give it to Glenn Scott. Glenn Scott goes all the way back to McConaughey. Up and under from McConaughey, under pressure from the Shetland attacker. So Orkney's played themselves into a pretty bit of trouble there. Lee Rendell will come out with the ball though. He looks for Patterson, but straight to Farmer. Not what you want at this stage. Farmer still Philippines. A trip by Owen, but play continues. Farmer looks to McConaughey, who has to deal with it. But a misplaced cross, no doubt, but McConaughey had to deal with it nonetheless.
Yeah, Cammy did well there because, James Farmer's been coming more and more into the game, I would say. And it was a real captain's performance, just strong and getting forward now for that left back position as Orkney are tiring. And he tried to cross it, but he probably was going in the back of the net if Cammy hadn't have hooked you in away.
Here's Aidan, been Orkney's best performance, I would say.
Yeah, well done.
This gives Orkney a chance to regroup and maybe get the ball into the box here.
He used his body well there, didn't he? Just got across him, invited the foul.
So yes, we're a minute and a half into added time here. So this will be such a opportune time for Orkney to find something. They'll get a chance to go long into the box. Set pieces so vital at this stage of the game. Glenn Scott takes. Looks for Scott, Jason. Wayne Harkness, offside. Disappointing, James, to be flagged offside when
Very.
you've got a chance to get it into the box.
Yeah, no, that's just a bit sloppy, I suppose. Tiredness setting in, and
Easy done at this stage of the game, but when you do get a chance to relieve the pressure, it's fine to attack it. It's Farmer wearing that captain's arm. Glenn Scott robs Aitken in midfield. Looks for Patterson, but Henderson will get a chance to clear. Keeps it in play. Helliwell down to Draver. Well done, Helliwell. That's a foul, surely, I would have thought. Yes, another chance for Orkney to take the set piece. I don't think we'll see it taken quickly. I think they will send Cartness forward. They'll send Lee Rendell forward. Lee Rendell's actually over the ball here, so he may well launch it into the box.
I would get this on top of the young goalkeeper.
Lee Rendell goes long, looking for a red shirt. Jason Scott rises highest, but can't do anything with it. Shetland clear their lines. Jack Stout looks for Rendell. Three minutes gone in injury time. Aidan Draver is every ounce of energy has been expended on this pitch today. There he is again. Look at him. Look at Owen Young in the middle there. Can't find him. Fresh legs might have, but you can't fault anything Aidan's done today. He's putting a lot of effort in. He's struggling. He's looking for the full-time whistle, I think. Steve Helliwell. 1-1 here. We're heading for extra time. 4 minutes gone in the added time. Can't be too much less. I would guess a minute or two.
Yeah, I suppose there was a couple of injuries in that second half, wasn't there? A couple of boys with cramp as well, and substitutions.
Yeah. Both goals in the first half. Remains one each. Two evenly matched teams. Shetland just having the best of this latter part of the second half, but Orkney coming into the game a bit more now. Jack Stout's underneath it. Does enough, but it's Gary Scott on the far side of the box for Shetland. Jack Stout tries to hold him up. Gary Scott hits the byline. Oh, it's dribbling across the 6-yard box, but cleared by Lee Rendell. Club will get a chance to go back into the box. Bit of a tug there by Owen Young, but Bruce doesn't see enough in it. No, he does. He's played a bit of advantage there. Now Shetland chance to cross. Owen Young a bit just desperation, hauling back the Shetland shirt there at this late stage of the game. 5 minutes into added time. This would surely win it now. James Aitken over the ball. Bruce Simpson, the referee, takes back the Orkney wall 10 yards. And we'll give them the whistle to go. James Aitken. Cleared by Draver again. He's been everywhere this afternoon. Bruce getting in the middle of the action, I doubt. Aidan Draver appears to be. Is there two of them on the pitch or something? He's what a shift he's put in.
There he is again.
Leading by example here. Lovely ball to Jason Scott as well. He heads it up, looking for help. Gets it with Jack Patterson. Drives into the right-hand side channel. Henderson's going to be under pressure for two Orkney shirts, but he clears it. Jason Scott. Can Orkney find something here?
It's offside, didn't give it.
Liam Daly offside, but he didn't go for the ball anyway.
I think if Owen had just tied that onto his left on the outside, and he would have had a shot at goal there.
Want him to see a bit more greedy there. Get a shot away.
Yep.
Play continues here. We're into the 6th minute of time added on. Glenn Scott, the substitute, looks for fellow sub Jack Patterson. Jack Patterson on this right hand side. Looks for Jason Scott. I could see the idea was there, but nothing doing. Reagan and Scott trying to team up to find something here. Aitken, the old timer, gives it to 19-year-old Finn Regan. Finn Regan's on the byline. Does well, drives into the box. Can this be the winner? It's not. He crossed it, but nobody in a blue shirt could take advantage. Farmer, the captain, puts it back into the box. Clubb. Into Leask, the right back Leask. Can he get a shot away? Turns inside. Turns back. Copeland, nude. Shetland centre half. Foul there. Harkness nudged him off the ball. Enough there for a foul, I think.
I think so. I think that'll be it now, Adam.
Bruce is checking his watch. We're looking like another half an hour of Milne Cup action here, so do stay with us on Radio Orkney, on Facebook and on your wireless. We'll be here till the end, whether that's extra time or whether that's penalties. We will stick with it with the capable assistance of Keith Chalmers and Orkney Football. Bruce Simpson looks for his whistle, and that will be that. 1-1 at full time, and the two teams will have to raise themselves for another half an hour action here, James.
Yeah, I think Orkney need to just maintain that belief that they can pull off a win here. I think they've defended well, they've stayed in the game, they've competed all over the pitch. I think the substitutes that have come on have helped them as well. I think Shetland were really pushing there at 9, weren't they, to try and get the winning goal, but it'll be interesting just to see what team's the fitter in this next 30 minutes.
Yes, the two teams are tacking some fluids on. Charlie's giving them Charlie Holloway, Orkney manager, giving them their instructions for this first period at a time. A warm day, so plenty of fluids being taken on board, including by the referees. A tough shift for them in this kind of heat. But yes, both teams will have to find that energy, find that reserve that they maybe didn't have in the head for this last half an hour, James. And I suppose, what do you think we're going to see in this half? Maybe set pieces could become increasingly important.
I think so, and possibly a mistake. So as the game wears on and boys start to tire, you'll often see a misplaced pass or a ball miscontrolled, and I think it could be decided possibly by a mistake or a set piece. I think if there's going to be an individual piece of skill, it's coming for a Shetland player, I would have to say, and probably Regan or Gary Scott, the most likely. But James Aitken, you kind of rule him out, and his pedigree in this fixture. He'll be experienced, he'll pick up good positions, and he's had a couple of chances there towards the end that he kind of scuffed. His first touch was good, but he scuffed the shot. You wouldn't want to give him too many opportunities like that. Certainly
not. He's going to catch one clean one of this occasions, James. Well, let's hope he does now. But we're just waiting on the first period of extra time starting here. Orkney with one sub remaining. Shetland, they've made 3 subs, I think, 16, 12 and 17 all. So they've got a couple of options on the bench still to come. 1-1 at full time, of course. Twathry Burns making their way onto the pitch to have a shot on this famous Bignell surface. I tell you the one thing, if it goes to penalties, the penalty spots here are seen. Well, you kind of like when you got Burns playing, they're forever having penalty shootout competitions, aren't they? But the penalty spots have seen better days here at the Bignell. It's just a well-used pitch, I suppose.
It is, yeah. It's a good point. I mean, there was a few folk bemoaning the kind of penalty box areas and that, but when you see the Burns out playing, kicking about, I mean, look at them.
It's a natural. It's a well-used pitch.
It is. It's in the centre of the town. And I always like seeing the Burns out running at half time, and so here we go. We're looking at another 30 minutes in the 106th Milne Cup. Orkney have lost out in the last 2 years by fairly hefty score lines, but
this year they've put up a far better fist of it. The last time it went to extra time was 2021 when Orkney. So how much would we give to see history repeat itself there?
Yeah, I Simpson.
Oh, okay.
Because of course we Eric Peterson know man squad. Did they bring another player in?
I think Richard Arthur is on the bench as well.
Ah, yeah, Rich. Very experienced
Whether we'll
player.
see him or no, whether he'll get cap number 14,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yes, there's an option there for
Famous
them.
Walser man.
Is there any other type?
That's incredible, really, the amount of good footballers that Walser produce and have produced over the years for a pretty island.
So we'll reset our watches for 15 minutes and Bruce Simpson, get the referee, just about to get the the first half of extra time underway here at the Bignell Park. 1-1 at full time, and into extra time we go. I wonder if there might just be a slight change in emphasis here for Orkney, maybe a change in shape. I wonder if Owen Young's come out to this left-hand side. Moved out from number 10 into number. I wonder if Alway, the Orkney manager there, is maybe just hoping to shore things up in the middle, because that would give you a middle three of Glenn Scott, Aidan Draver and Jack Patterson, who's more naturally a centre midfielder.
Yeah, it's looking like that, Adam. I think there's been a slight tweak in the formation. I think they're looking like a 4-3-3.
Yes, I heard that mentioned on the sideline. So Orkney manager Charlie Alway making changes and hoping that can produce something in the second half to see them keep the Milne Cup here and for it not to head back on Northlink the morning's night. We shall see. 28 minutes to go in extra time. Jack Patterson gives to his striker Jason Scott. Jason Scott off to Glenn Scott. Glenn Scott looks for Owen Young. Owen Young now stationed on this left hand side. He's always good for a moment of magic, and Charlie Alway hoping it comes for the right hand side. Aidan Draver gives to Steve Helliwell. Steve Helliwell, the substitute at right back. Copeland tries. Here's Deldy. Can he get a shot away? Liam Deldy. Well marshalled by this Shetland defence. So here comes Reagan, still out on this right hand side. Finn Reagan gives Gary Scott. Give and go. That'll be a Shetland throw.
Yeah, Finn Regan's dad, Paul, was a fantastic footballer as well. He famously scored as a junior in the senior county back in the early 80s. He was part of a very strong Lerwick Celtic team in the early 80s. And with guys like Colin Grant.
So didn't hear the whistle there, but obviously he did go. I was too engrossed with you, James. And
No,
Tina foul there.
I'm not sure what you was for.
I think it was just maybe a clash, a clip of the heels or something like that. But enough in it for a foul, according to referee Simpson and Aitken. Shetland going up the hill in this first period extra time. Aitken with the free kick. Aims for Copeland. Ooh. Wayne Curtis will be thinking he won the ball there, but he's. I think the free kick has gone against him. About 20-25 yards out. Might suit a left foot, this free kick.
Yeah, I think Regan just got to the bar fractionally before Wayne there, but yeah, their legs collided, so it'll be a sore one for Wayne as well. I'm sure
he'll... I thought you don't need after 90 minutes of football, 95 minutes of football.
He's a hardy boy though, Wayne. He'll get up as he has done there and shake that off.
Looks like it'll be a cross rather than a shot. About 25 yards out. James Aitken attacking everything from a set piece point of view.
Everybody back here.
Jason Scott brought back indeed the striker. That's a late challenge indeed. A good ball, but well cleared by the Orkney centre half. He gets cleaned out for his trouble, but a free kick.
Well done there, Wayne. And to be brave, Stuart Copeland coming, bouldering in, committing the foul. Here's a change, Adam.
Here's our Shetland's fourth change. Jack Simpson, young Jack Simpson comes on for Jack Clubb, namesake Clubb, and Simpson makes his Milne Cup debut. He was out in Guernsey as well, I believe, Simpson, and performed well.
Yeah, that was as a junior, as I understand it, and yeah, good young player, another good young prospect in the Shetland team.
Another Celtic player on the pitch.
Yeah, they're top of the league in Shetland. Been doing really well.
Lovely ball. Flag. Jason Scott went a yard too early. I think he was offside there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that there was an opportunity.
It was. You've just got to try and check your run in those situations. Easy for me to say on the sidelines here. Stoot up against Scott. Nothing in that, I don't think. He went down very easily, Gary Scott, looking for the free kick. But
Orkney just sitting a bit deep for me, Adam. Obviously they're tiring, but I'd like to see them coming out a bit quicker.
A bit of a duff clearance there by Farmer. Crosses nearly the width of the pitch, and his left back counterpart Stout will get the chance to attack. Aidan Draver gives it him back. Here's Stout. Deldy in his pocket of space. That's exactly where he wants to be. Flicks it over the top for Young, but again offside. But Liam Deldy finding, as he does so often, finding a pocket of space on the edge of the box there.
Yeah, he did well. I'm not a big fan of Ian kind of flicks because the bat's in the air for too long, so allows the defender to mark up the ground. But unfortunately, Owen was offside, but not promising.
Copeland clears. Straight to Rendell. Simpson gets his first touch of the ball.
I think Rendell's been very good at the back. I mean, there's been a lot of good performers for Orkney, but Curtness and Rendell at the back have done well. Good partnership.
They have, and you certainly wouldn't think it's Lee Rendell's first appearance in a Milne Cup, because he's certainly not been overawed by the occasion. A tug on the shirt there by I think Jack Patterson, so Shetland will get a chance to launch up the slope again. Aitken stealing a few yards there, but, as they love to do, these footballers always trying to attack every advantage. Aitken goes long into the box. Nice ball, nodded over the top by I think McNiven.
Copeland. Was it not Copeland? Oh, maybe it was McNiven. Yeah, it was right.
McNiven, a nice header, got up well, and if he'd had it on target, Cammy McConaughey was in trouble, but on target it was not, went wide, and he gets a stretch of the legs. But I wonder if Richard Arthur, the late substitute or late replacement for Eric Peterson, might indeed get his 14th cap, because it's another 7 minutes to go in this half, another 15 after that, so a fair bit of football to be played yet. Can either side find a winner in extra time? This Milne Cup is finally poised at 1-1.
Well done, Glenn.
Glenn Scott's done some decent work since he came on.
Yeah, he's done well, Glenn. I've been impressed with him in the middle.
Not easy to come on in centre midfield and slot in.
There he is again, just good out wide.
Gives it to Deldy. Deldy a bit more free roll now. Deldy coming into the box. Can he find a red shirt? He can't. He'd be disappointed there. Finnegan hitting the byline at the other end of the pitch now. Jack Simpson finds Jack Simpson in the box, gives it to Harkness. Lewis Harkness now. Will he lay off for Conor Reagan? No, a lovely 1-2, and Lee Rendell does enough to get it out for a corner.
Yeah, good defending there again for Lee. Orkney on the diving in, they're staying on their feet, and
as if by magic, Richard Arthur will come off the bench for his. I think I'm right in saying he's not in the programme, obviously, but I'm right in saying this is his 14th Milne Cup appearance, which is another remarkable record.
And he'll be fit enough, certainly be fit enough to see you at extra time, and I would have no qualms about him coming on.
Shetland corner. Kemi gets a palm on it. Well done, Cammy McConaughey. Here comes Owen Young. He's been an impressive performer in red today. That's not the ball he wanted though. And it's Steve Halliwell and fellow substitute Scott put enough pressure on James Farmer, the Shetland captain.
I was impressed with that high press there.
Yeah, at this stage of the game.
I suppose Glenn and Steve, as they say, they've just come on, so they're a bit fresher, but James Farmer gone down with a bit of cramp there.
He's going to have to see what the last 20 minutes I do, because Shetland are all out of subs.
Yeah, and this is what we were speaking about before, about having that sub in reserve, just for this very eventuality.
I wonder if, like I say, I think that's something probably the two committees should get together, and in this day and age, in this such a prestigious fixture, I don't think 7 subs would be the worst thing in the world. You know?
No, I think that's happening in the A-League this year, am I right? That you can pick 5 subs for 7?
That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So on we go towards half time in extra time. Glenn Scott spreads it out wide, but Owen Young won't be able to. He does not keep it in. 4 minutes to go before half time in extra time. Oh, Jack Patterson's robbed by Aitken. Inside to Scott. Continues to run. James Aitken's in on goal! Wide.
Well done, Cammy.
Saved by Cammy McConaughey. I don't know if it was going in, but he had to make sure, and a lovely, nice bit of play by the Shetland veteran Aitken there, and just showing all his class.
We anticipated that, didn't we? We did say you got to always watch out for Aitken. I think he's such an intelligent player.
That's a corner. Shetland get another chance from the opposite side.
That looked like it came off a Shetland player.
I think it came off the Orkney head.
Yeah,
on
difficult
the way
to tell maybe for
Very
Bruce,
difficult.
but
so 3 to go in this period extra time. Aitken with a second corner in a row. Such a good, decent chance there just moments ago, but McConaughey equal to it. McConaughey punches. Well done, Liam Daly gets it up and over, hooks it clear. Jack Patterson can emerge with the ball. He's looking for the overlapping run by Halliwell. Looks for Jason Scott. He's done well, very well, Jason Scott. Looks to the back post for Young, but it's cleared by the Shetland substitute. Great hit by Draver, but I think he could have taken a touch.
He could have taken a touch, but the way he's been playing, and he's playing with such confidence, and I think he just thought, yeah, my name's up in lights.
Well, it would certainly be a fitting end to his Milne Cup today. 2.5 to go in extra time in this first period. 1-1, and we will go to penalties if required. The days of a draw and sharing cups long by with him, so it will be decided by penalties. That's not happened since 2019. That was up in Shetland that year when they scored so late to break Orkney hearts, and of course then 2 years later Orkney broke that long hoodoo of not winning in Lerwick. So here comes Shetland. Curtness just pokes it clear, and Shetland will get the chance to take a throw. Farmer going all the way up. He'll have to come all the way back at some point. So. A late one by I think that's Owen Young there. Certainly an attacker's challenge.
Jack Patterson.
It's no Owen Young at all.
Yeah.
It's Jack Patterson. A meaty challenge. Certainly late. The ball was gone, and I think if Jamie Flett was booked in the first half, Jack Patterson would need to be booked for that, which I think he is going to be.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, it's been a very competitive game, but I wouldn't say it's been a dirty game.
Absolutely not.
By any stretch, but Jack was a bit late there.
It's been played in a competitive spirit, but certainly there's been nothing too out of the ordinary for the refereeing team to deal with. So he marks it with 10 yards.
Just worried. I think Shetland have been getting quite a lot of bars into the box.
Aitken takes the free kick. Owen Young sticks out a leg and does enough to clear. Jack Patterson on that just booked short ago. Can't keep it in. And last minute or so in this half, we're actually over the time for this half of extra time. So Orkney will just look to see it out. McConaughey will clear here, and that might be enough for the first period. Chris Simpson still an option on the bench for Orkney. The teams can't be split at this moment in time. 1-1 here at the Bignell Park in Kirkwall. Bruce will blow the whistle, I think. Yes, Bruce Simpson, referee, blows the whistle. 1-1. 15 minutes to go. Can either team find that? At this stage, James, you're wanting one chance, aren't you? One good chance.
Yeah, I think that's it. As I was saying, I think Orkney, we need to try and stop some of these crosses coming in and gain away the set pieces, because like you said, Adam, I think set pieces this late stage of the game can be dangerous and make a difference. But the teams are tiring a bit. The quality is kind of reducing a bit as well as a consequence of that. But there's been some half chances, you would hate to say, but nothing clear cut.
I wonder if we'll look back and how good a chance that was for James Aitken. Cameron McConaughey's done very well to get out and poke it around do enough to prevent the goal, but to be in on goal in extra time. Yeah,
no, that was probably the best chance, you'd have to say. The first period extra time, lovely give and go, and Cammy did really well to get out and close the angle, and I think it just forced James to put it into the side netting. So Chris Simpson, the only remaining substitute, is taking his bib off. I wonder if he's set to come on to the park. I think Owen Young there has a bib on, so it looks like we'll see the final change of this match. Chris Simpson, 36 years old. No, he still looks as if he's about 16, but still youthful looking Chris Simpson. But he's come on for his 6th cap, I think, if what we're thinking is going to happen. I've never thought of Sim will be in the Peter Pan of Orkney football, but there you go.
Yeah, a stalwart for Orkney over the years, for Rovers over the years, and of course for Orkney FC. Yeah,
great lad, Simo. He's just ever dependable, always there. Loves his football.
Be interesting to see if he's just straight swap and stationed. Looks to be based at the moment that he'll be on the left-hand side, same station that Owen Young was in, but we'll see once action gets underway.
Yeah, very much looks like he's out on that left, and Orkney are keeping to the 4-3-3.
I suppose the thing with Chris Simpson, he's good in the air. If Orkney do decide to go direct into that big diagonal ball, well, Chris can certainly deal with that.
Yeah, he's a bit of height. He's decent in there.
So here we go, 15 more minutes of Milne Cup action for you, brought to you by Radio Orkney this fine Saturday afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Facebook and on the wireless. And that's for our listeners, our watchers in Shetland as well. Thank you for joining us. Wayne Kirkness, Orkney defender, under a bit of pressure there, but he manages to clear. Have you been part of any big games that have gone to extra time in the past, James?
Yeah, it's difficult. I remember 2004 Parish Cup final, and Ham were 2-1 up, and St Ola scored with the last kick of the 90, and it was really difficult that day because you thought you were going to win, and then you had to face the extra time. I mean, it's as much a mental battle as it is physical because, everything just is harder, and your concentration dips. Your hydration probably isn't as good as what it needs to be.
Here's Shetland with the corner. Aidan Dravers there again. Back to Aitken. Simpson clears.
Jack, come on. Give us the platform.
Least got to go across to take the throw. Into Simpson.
That was a foul. It was a trip, I think.
A trip in the box. I'll give Orkney a chance to reset. So both teams have made all their subs. Well, the barring any kind of disciplinary action, the 22 players that is on the pitch at the moment will finish the match. They need to be thinking, at what point, you've been involved with coaching as well over the years, James, what point you start thinking about penalties?
Well, I think the two managers will certainly be thinking about it already.
Right.
It just depends how well prepared they've been. I imagine they would have prepared for this eventuality. It's not to say it will go to penalties yet, there could be a goal yet, but I think both managers will have an idea who their penalty takers are.
Gary Scott gets robs Jack Stewart possession there on the edge of the box. Did very well, but Orkney managed to charge it down. Liam Deldy looking for the big diagonal ball, but it does not come to anything. Hurlywell uses a hand, but I mean his hands were certainly at his sides. But Simpson obviously thinks it's been that's 3 Simpsons in the pitch now as well, if you include the ref.
Yeah. And he's for Caithness.
Richard Arthur, the very experienced Richard Arthur, ball in the halfway line. He'll look for Copeland. It's a bit of indecision there. I wonder if McConaughey was impeded. He's making that point in his usual mild-mannered manner to Bruce Simpson, the referee.
Yeah, I think you took a sore one there, Cammy.
I think there was enough in it for a foul, but not according to the most important man with the whistle. Kirkness up again. Oh, he takes the foul, takes the yellow, I would imagine. Indeed, he's going to get yellow, and at this stage of the game, probably a decent enough yellow to take, James.
Yeah,
I think Harkness was by him, and
he was. I mean, there was cover coming, but I don't know if Wayne was the kind that. Yeah, he's been dangerous, well, Harkness, as Johnny Copeland was saying at half time there, he'd be impressive. And another cross coming into the box.
Connor, I mean, again, well, we'll wait till after this free kick, but Connor Regan Finn Regan, has drifted out of the game slightly, just as maybe legs have tired and the game's gone that kind of stretched way. So Aitken over the free kick. Can he find a blue shirt? He cannot. Wayne Kirkness pokes it clear, and further cleared by Glenn Scott. Gary Scott on the opposite side, looking for the ball. Chris Simpson, he's not been involved yet, but he can't quite keep it in play. Calvin Leask had a decent showing at right back. Both Shetland fullbacks have been impressive today.
They have. Yeah, the game's just gone a little bit scrappy. Shetland are still pushing down the slope here at the Bignell, but Bass going out a lot.
You've likely played here dozens of times over the years, James, but you're saying your experience of the junior county was here at the Big Mill as well.
Yeah, well, first ever time in Orkney was for the Shetland junior county team, and first time playing at the Big Mill. It was a foggy day that day, and that was some experience. You're just 16, 17-year-old, and never really played in front of a crowd of that size either. I mean, in those days, you're talking late 80s. It was Abbery seemed to come along to the county game, certainly junior county.
Yeah.
The old rattles rattling about.
And you were on the receiving end, the first minute of the match, receiving end of a meaty challenge for the Orkney defender.
Yeah. When did I fellow Firth residents, Big Bob Gilmore, get right through me, just up in the top corner under an unforgettable moment.
Welcome to the county.
Welcome to the county, welcome to Orkney. Thanks to Bob. I actually seen him at a wedding a few years ago and reminded him of that, but we had a laugh about it.
He wasn't shy of a decent challenge,
No,
Big Bob indeed.
No, great player.
Leask into
Aidan again.
Yeah, Aidan's
He's just
got a new lease of life in this.
He's just
extra
been
time.
everywhere. I said about his performance in that quarter final of the Parish Cup when the Hup nearly, overcame St Ola, went to penalties, but I think Aidan was just outstanding in that game.
He was, yes, I was here for somewhat. And
Yeah,
he ran the
he's
show.
replicated a lot of that today, so great credit to him.
Chris Simpson can only find the blue shirt. Here's Arthur, looks for his captain Farmer. Farmer to Regan. The flick doesn't pay off, and it's harmless loop for an Orkney throw. Helliwell been solid since he came on. Up the line it goes. Bruce will bring it back. He does. No question of quick free kicks at this stage. I think everything is going long. Aitken, long in the box, nodded on by Copeland. But Chris Simpson, can he find Jason Scott? Now Jason Scott's one-on-one with Farmer. He's moving into the box. Jason Scott, can he get a shot away? He turns inside, but can only find Henderson.
Chance.
That's a great chance at this stage of the game, James.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Liam Deldy was getting forward there as well, and
Here's Draver. Oh, poor one from Draver. A rare mistake from Aidan Draver today. Lee Rendell does well. But yes, a fortunate one. Aidan Draver lays it off to Glenn Scott. Glenn Scott looking for Chris Simpson on that left-hand side. He does. No flag? It is a flag, yes. Chris Simpson.
that was
that's
sloppy for Simo there.
very much so. He's looking right along the line,
Yeah,
and
he is.
to be caught offside there.
The
Not what
game's
you want.
stretching a bit here.
Mason's in the mood. Come on, boy. Good. Good, Simo. Take it away.
But yes, going back to that chance there, Jason Scott one-on-one with James Farmer. Farmer does well to keep up with him, but when he turned, you're just looking for him to find a red shirt.
Tuck in, Jack. Jack, tuck in. Jack, tuck in.
A Shetland goal. Shetland goal.
That's
What can you
Harkness.
say about that? Lewis Harkness been so impressive on the right-hand side. He got the ball, turned inside, made his way with just 5 minutes to go, 5.5. Lewis Harkness finds the far side of the net for Shetland to lead 2-1 here in extra time.
Ah dear Adam, Orkney had that fantastic chance up the other end, and should have really taken advantage of it and could have won it themselves, and then Shetland go up the other end of the park, and the great goal, a fantastic strike again.
That was Lewis Harkness there with that goal. So Orkney, 4 or 5 minutes to try and find an equaliser. 2-1 Shetland here with just 4 minutes to go in 4.5 minutes to go in extra time. Lewis Harkness finding the
That's a hammer blow, that.
It is.
Adam, it's gone a bit flat.
We're just talking about the chance for Jason Scott and his attacking colleagues there, and then for Shetland, just it nearly came a bit out of nothing as well. You know,
Yeah.
Harkness just drifted into the box and found that yard of space to score into the top corner there.
Lovely strike.
It was undoubtedly.
Like Regan's one
Here's
in the
Harkness again.
first half.
What can Orkney come up with? You feel like that might have been their chance for Jason Scott to fashion something, but we live in hope. Lee Rendell does very, very well there. Now he goes diagonal looking for Chris Simpson, but it's far too close to the goalkeeper, and Henderson collapses on top, what kills a few seconds, and Shetland lead 2-1 with 3 minutes to go in the extra time here at the Bignell in this Milne Cup. Lewis Harkness, incidentally, the man of the match today, being declared man of the match, the scorer of that second goal. Bruce Simpson hasn't noticed offside yet. He does now. Orkney will get a chance to launch it. Cammy McConaughey will take the free kick. Orkney just simply need to get men forward at this stage.
Yeah, I think with that goal, I would have said that Aidan Drever would have been my man of the match, but there's Harkness there still
going at this
down.
stage.
But yeah, that strike for Harkness has certainly maybe elevated him up to man of the match.
Well, it's looking like the match winner at this stage. Lewis Harkness of Shetland played largely on the right hand side today, been very impressive. Liam Deldy, can he do something? Cammy McConaughey comes out of goals. 2.5 to go here. Orkney simply have to commit forward. Jack Stewart, no. Wayne Harkness will have to give it back to his goalkeeper, I think. He does. 2 minutes to go. Aidan Drever still going at this stage. Tackled by Conor Regan. Aidan emerges with the ball, as he done so often today. I think that was a red throw rather than a blue one. But
yeah, an Orkney bar, but Shetland were shouting for it louder, and sometimes that can sway an official. But
gives Shetland a chance just to run down the clock a bit. But there's an Orkney player down. I think Jack Patterson teed a sore one there during that challenge.
I think Charlie will maybe need to push somebody forward with just a couple of minutes to go here, Adam. I think
I've certainly seen Wayne Harkness doing that in the past for Bursey. He's no stranger to being lumped up front when it comes to the last 5. Probably less than that now. We've got a minute of regulation time. There'll be a couple added on for stops for that goal from Harkness, looking like the winning goal at this stage. Farmer, will he be lifting the Milne Cup in just a few moments? He's going to hit the corner, Finn Regan. Tackled by Hillywell. But Shetland have the ball exactly where they want it, deep in Orkney territory. Rapidly approaching the full-time whistle. Got 30 seconds of regulation time to go. Conor Regan takes the throw. Orkney get it. Drever goes left to Harkness. Harkness to Stewart. Orkney need to get this ball forward. There's no use being on the halfway line at this stage. Lee Rendell looks at the diagonal ball. Drever gets the chance now. Orkney being patient here. There's one more chance. That's all they need. Liam Deldy, can he hit the byline? It's a Shetland throw at this stage. That's exactly what Shetland want at this late stage of proceedings. We're into added time. in the 106th Milne Cup. You just feel like time's running out for Orkney to fashion a chance. Lee Rendell does well. That's an That is it! Shetland win the 106th Milne Cup 2-1 after extra time. A really closely fought match. Orkney can be very proud of their efforts today. Shetland better the play, James, and ultimately might just about be worth that win.
I think so, yeah. It was very close. I think great credit to the Orkney boys. They really performed well. They fought hard. They competed all over the pitch, had their chances, and but Shetland probably had most of the play in that latter stages. More crosses going into the box, more possession of the bar. Probably looked a bit more threatening, but as we said, it was just fine margins that decided it. When Jason was clean through, and yeah, James Farmer, probably captain's performance there, stayed with him, made it difficult, and the chance was lost, and then Shetland go up and score the winner. And yeah, but it was a good game of football. I really enjoyed it. Very competitive, and Orkney to be proud of their efforts today.
That they can. After the last 2 years, maybe weren't necessarily expecting such a close game. So Orkney can take a lot of heart for that performance. They go to Lerwick next year, of course, which is after the Island Games. But you know, Orkney do have that home Island Games to look forward to, and if they were going into that off the back of a third hiding of Shetland, it would have been very disheartening. So lots to take for Orkney from that.
Yeah, and as you said, I mean, there was only 5 players was there that were, you know, part of that previous squads, and so Charlie's bringing some young boys through. There was boys that had their debut the day, the Scott boys, Lee Rendell. There was others there that performed well, I think, and you know, didn't have many Milne Cup. I don't know if Greg Adil has any cap shit, but he performed well. I thought he was a bit of a miss when he went off with his pace, I thought, but no, I think certainly promising signs. Shoots a recovery for the Orkney team.
Indeed, I think we're just about to be joined by Shetland manager Neil Fenwick. He is going to come up and join us, maybe on the step ladder up to the platform here. Neil, congratulations. Sum up your feelings after that performance.
Relieved, probably. I'd like to see the start count for the second half of the 90 minutes. We must have had about 30 shots and they were just trickling past the post or hitting a defender, or we just weren't catching the shot right. So yeah, I felt it was going to be one of those days again where we were just creating chance after chance and they just weren't falling for us. But it was some effort for both teams. Like, that's maybe wasn't a classic game, but the boys on both sides gave absolutely everything. I mean, nobody here watching the game or watching on the internet that could fault the efforts that these boys have put in. Most of them will not be doing much dancing tonight, that's for sure. Their legs are done.
Well, you maybe managed to get dancing shoes on a couple of them yet. We'll celebrate what is a really hard fought win against a competitive Orkney side.
It's what I said before the game. When we were getting interviewed before it, I said it was going to be a hard fought, it was going to be competitive, and it's a good Orkney team, you know, and they've had a couple of poor results the last couple of years, but it doesn't make them a bad team. And you know, from our point of view, you have to win the hard ones, and sometimes they come a bit easier than others. But yeah, just glad to go over the finishing line at the end there. We absolute wonder goal for Lewis. I don't know how he had the energy to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, Lewis Harkness picked as man of the match, and there's lots of contenders and impressive performances on both sides.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the two boys on the wings, Finn Regan and Lewis Harkness, were great. Lon McNiven, before he came off with cramp, was tremendous. And then on the Orkney side, I thought Big Wayne at the back, just, I don't know how he's still walking. He put in some shift, and same with Cammy and goals. He made some really good saves and dealt with some good crosses. So.
Well, I think the two teams are being gathered over to the Bignell Pavilion. Thank you very much, Neil, for joining us. And yes, the Bignell Pavilion will host the Milne Cup presentation for the first time in 26 years or something like that. So we will go and watch that. Thank you very much for joining us here on BBC Radio Orkney and on Facebook. Thank you to Keith Chalmers from Orkney Football for his assistance in facilitating the stream. Orkney couldn't quite do it today. It finishes Shetland 2, Orkney 1 after extra time. Well done to everybody in Shetland. Thank you, James, for joining us with your insight and the co-commentary, and that is enough from us today. Thank you very much.